All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are all doing well. Time for some Sunday fun day, some King of the Hill action. Should be quite a bit fun. And there's actually going to be 2 streams running back to back. So I am going to be streaming King of the Hill, and Aerocrastic is also going to be streaming one as well. He's doing that at the same time. So if you guys want to bounce in between games and check that out, should be quite a bit of fun. So for our first match today, it is going to be Valkanos facing off against Human Boy. Yes, Valkanos looking to pick Norska, but we'll go ahead and say Valkanos picks first and double ban. Good luck, have fun. So the map is set on the Tower of Hoeth. Again, welcome to the stream. Good to see some familiar faces, some new faces. Life is good. Hello, Troll King. Throg himself here in chat, making his inaugural, how do you say that word? Inaugural debut? Yeah, it's always a weird one for me. I guess when I first wake up in the morning and get these streams started, I probably shouldn't try and pronounce difficult words. So yeah, King of the Hill format, standard stuff. We are going to be starting with 2 players on the list. We have 10 players playing today. It is going to be Valkanos, Human Boy, yes, Wicked D, Genghis Khan, Dactyr, Red Legion, J Phoenix, Namru, Felcon, and Poison Ducky. So we did have 35 people sign up for the King of the Hill, and our new format is randomization. So essentially, it's random. 10 players join, and 35 people sign up, and I randomize them on a list, and we do it to it. I know Lich109, well, why not both, man? The thing is, you can have Arrow Stream open also, and there's going to be a lot of downtime in between games anyway, so you can just switch and see which one's going. It's perfect, man. It's perfect. Darko Man, yes, welcome to the stream. Colin, I will most certainly do my best to make your stream, or your shift, less painful. All right, so just checking in here to make sure everything is good. Okay. Perfect. Everything's looking good. All the settings are solid. So Valkanos is going to be going Tomb Kings, banning Coast and Empire. So now Human Boy can choose his faction. It looks like Human Boy, yes, is going to be going for the Greenskins. I really was expecting a Skaven pick from him, I must say. But nonetheless, he is coming in with Greenskins, who have a decent matchup against Tomb Kings. I think it's a very good one. I've seen it won by both sides in very convincing fashion, so quite excited to see how this goes. And yeah, I'm taking a bit of a break today. I've been doing a lot of recording the past couple days, so I didn't want to play in my own King of the Hill today and then end up playing like 8 or 9 games, you know. So I am not going to be playing in today's King of the Hill. Maybe at the end we'll do like a free-for-all or something, but yeah, we will see how it goes. Yeah, Felcon is at the end, which is always a little bit concerning, because if he plays at number 9 and like, you know, it just goes on a huge tear, it's going to get wild for sure. So yeah, guys, it's going to be good. It is going to be good indeed. Chandler and Stone says, hello, Turin. Happy birthday. Hope your surgeries go well. Yeah, me too. It's going to be on Thursday. So basically before the surgery on Tuesday, I have to go to like a pre-op thing where they do like a COVID test and all that stuff. I've been isolating pretty hardcore though, so no problems there. But I have to go do that. And then on Thursday, the procedure is done. Yeah. Today's Sunday, right? I like lose track of the days here. It's wild. Maybe so. The thing is if you're on the end of the list, right? So we have 10 people in today's King of the Hill. If you're on the end of the list, how it works is you play until you beat the current king. So like if somebody only gets like 2 wins, Felcon just has to get 3, right? Or the person who's challenging at the end just has to get, you know, beat that, which is good. Yes. So that's it. That's the jam, man. How hyped am I for Warhammer 3? Extremely hyped. Warhammer is like, I don't know, man. I just don't get bored of it. Like today I was like, there were so many things I wanted to stream today. I was like, do I do a campaign? Do I do a head-to-head campaign? But King of the Dead was offline, and so was Sotek. So my 2 options there were off. So I was like, yeah, there's just so many things I want to do in the game, which is great. So players are getting ready. Human Boy and Valkanos going to be opening up our stream. Valkanos has been playing in a lot of the community tournaments, as has Human Boy. Now, something fun I might actually do this week. I might actually play a 40k tabletop battle report using... what is that thing called? What is that app called? The board simulator. God, my brain is just not going. The last stream before surgery will probably be Wednesday. Yeah, I'll do it like the day before. Yeah. So it won't be this one. No. I don't know. We'll see though. We'll play it by ear. We'll play it by ear. Tabletop simulator. That's it. That's what I was thinking. So Greenskins here. I would probably expect to see some Stone Trolls. They're very good. Missile resist and magic resist, both pertinent in this matchup for sure. Especially against like Eyes of the Desert and things like that. Ushopti Great Bows, of course, having that missile resist really helps in the regeneration. Plus, they're like strong enough to actually beat down the constructs. I'll let them know they can start when ready. Good luck, have fun. I'll try and minimize the downtime in the lobbies picking. Eventually, I think what I'll do is I'll put a timer on. Yeah, Tabletop Simulator. God, when I first start casting in the morning, my brain is just mush. But basically, yeah, I think we're going to be seeing like stone trolls and things like that. Also, I think of maybe putting a 5-minute timer, so I'll run it on my end, and then I'll give the players like a warning, like, hey, 30-second warning. You have to pick, or else, like, you know, there's going to be some sort of a punishment, right? Like, they have to just start with what they have. Otherwise, they get kicked from the lobby, and then the next player comes in. I don't know. I got to think of something. I think that's one of the biggest issues with Warhammer as a spectator experience is the downtime in between games. You know, because in like Warcraft and StarCraft, right? You just like lobby up and go. You build when you get in the game. So, good luck, have fun. Human Boy saying this jank might work. There's a lot of ways Greenskins can play this. You can even go with Doomdiver catapults and try and like, you know, blast them with your range. There's so many different ways to play this matchup. I do still play Warcraft 3 occasionally. I play a game like once a week, maybe. Yeah, just like whenever I'm feeling it. Warcraft 3 was like, it's one of my favorites of all time. I mean, I'm really disappointed with the rework and the remaster, but it's still, you can still play the vanilla game. So, I mean, I still enjoy that, obviously. I'm not going to let them ruin my childhood. Brian Landers, you know, I'm one of those people that, like, when I get up, so if I get up at like 7, my brain like starts working at like 10 a.m., right? So I need like a 3-hour window. And today I got up at like 11 a.m. So it's been like, you know, it's only been like 2 hours. So I need another like 45 minutes to get the juices flowing. I also don't drink coffee anymore. So that's kind of like hurt me a little bit in that game. But it is what it is. It is what it is, my friends. And now we're here on the Tower of Hoth, our first King of the Hill of the day. Valkanos versus Human Boy, yes. Certainly should be a very fun matchup. Greenskins versus Tomb Kings. I actually like watching this one a lot. Now, I actually have felt very confident in this matchup as a Greenskin player. Essentially, you know, I'll do some sort of a rush, mixing Savage Orc Biggins with Stone Trolls, and I find that I'm able to really overwhelm the Tomb Kings. Now, there's only been a couple players with Tomb Kings who have been able to stop my rushes pretty effectively, and that was mainly playing against King of the Dead, because he likes to use the Necropolis Knights, and they're actually really efficient against Trolls and some of the infantry that the Greenskins do have. So, yeah, I'm curious to see if there's a page taken out of that book, or if we're going to see more traditional. I find that Ushabti Grapos kind of get swarmed. Like, the frontline buckles too quick, and they don't kill the trolls quick enough with the missile resist. So, I don't know, there's some give and take there, but we'll most certainly see. Hey, Samurai Warrior, Wicked D. Hope you're doing well. Wicked is number 3 on the list. So yeah, Wicked, you're actually up after this, man. You're going to be facing the winner of this matchup, so hope you're ready. Let us know in chat. You looking for that big old juicy wah? Or you a Nehakara boy? We'll see. Come on, green boys. Crump some bones, says James Wright. Well, perhaps so. So for the build here of the Greenskins, let's take a look. He does have Savage Orcs. Okay, so not Savage Orc Biggins, going for regular Savage Orcs, who of course can do okay against skeletons and things like that. He's got triple Doomdiver. You know, this is actually a thing. Triple Doomdiver Catapult is a really good kind of tech against Ushabti Greatbow. So if there is Ushabti Greatbow, the Doomdiver Catapults can kill them quite quickly. Azag with Spirit Leech and Buna. He does also have a Black Orc Big Boss, so he's got Bob. Frontline is Goblins and Savage Orcs and 2 Stone Trolls, which I actually kind of like this build. I think it's kind of cool. He's got good like construct isolation with Azag and Bob. And the Stone Trolls will be potentially immune to Psychology from Bob, and also the Doomdiver Catapults aren't bad against constructs. Now, if there is swarming elements like Nehakara Horsemen and Skeleton Horsemen and Carrion and things like that, it can make that a little bit tricky, because then it's very tough to protect those Doomdivers. And they're manned by Goblins, and the Goblins do break very, very quickly, so we'll see. So for the forces here of the Tomb Kings and Valkanos, it is going to be Ushabti into the Sunset, so regular melee Ushabti, a Casket of Souls, so actually more of a defensive build. Chosen of the Gods, Casket of Souls. I would imagine it's going to be Cetra. It is going to be Cetra the Imperishable, and also a Necrotech to heal up those bad boys. So army's looking pretty good for both players. A very balanced army, right? Fair amount of infantry, decent infantry support with a monstrous Ushabti, some good range units. If I were the Greenskins here, I would definitely get the Doomdiver Catapults to probably, I don't know. Yeah, Chosen of the Gods definitely kill the Stone Trolls faster, so I would probably go after the Chosen of the Gods. Granted, the Casket does have better range. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I think either player can win this game. It's just going to depend on target priority and, you know, how they protect things. And yeah, Azag is a good choice against big monsters. Obviously, just him fighting Cetra in a vacuum isn't going to be great, but if he can get the rear charges while Cetra is busy fighting other things, he does have really good AP values at 480 with 50 melee attack. So, Colin Tully, thank you so much for becoming a member, man. Do appreciate that. And yeah, if anybody's wondering, the whole member thing is basically the same as like Twitch, right? So on Twitch, people primarily make their income from memberships or subscribers. It's the same on YouTube, basically. So thank you so much, Colin. Do appreciate that, brother. And here we go. Yeah, the triple Doomdiver, I like it. It's a little bit ballsy. I think 2 is probably enough, but you know, 3 It's a man trying to send a message. Yes. No, I do not stream on Twitch at the moment. No, I stream on YouTube. It's just been my jam. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll consider it, but I'm a little bit primitive right now, and yeah, we'll see. I could do like a restream and do both, but YouTube, I just love the YouTube community, man. I like streaming here. Okay. So Human Boy and Valkanos saying good luck, have fun to one another. Start when ready. Good luck, good luck. And the game is underway. Yes, let us do it to it. So now this is going to be important. What is Human Boy going to be targeting with his Doom Divers? Again, I think the Ushabti are a very good target. I'd probably just hammer down the Ushabti real quick and then from there go after the casket. You know, Doom Diver catapults aren't cheap. I believe they cost 1,000 gold or 1,100. I think it's 1,000. I can't quite remember. So you're going to need to kill the Ushabti plus the casket, you know, to at least get your value back. And we'll see if he's able to. So the Casket of Souls is going to be raining some hot fire here on the goblins. You can see those goblins are getting blasted pretty good. Yeah, not too bad actually. They only lost 3 models, which usually the casket does much, much worse damage. So the Doom Diver catapults, are they going to be going after Cetra? That's an interesting choice. Cetra, of course, can juke these somewhat. And it looks like he's going to be going for the Lord Gooning, which is certainly viable. Granted, it does allow the Tomb Kings to get a lot of other value out of their ranged units, right? Simply using the Doom Diver catapults to kill the Chosen of the Gods would be... They would go down very, very quickly to that focus fire. So yes, we will see. We will see. Any idea why most of the Warhammer 2 community is on YouTube instead of Twitch? There's actually a fair amount of people on Twitch, but most of them are campaign focused. But yeah, generally Total War as a game does much better on YouTube. People there seems to be a much older audience on YouTube, but Total War is, generally speaking, if you look at the demographics of my channel, it's played very heavily and watched very heavily by people who are a little bit older than the average age of the Twitch viewer. So that would be my speculation. All right, so the Doom Diver catapult's still shooting in, getting some shots, and actually going after the casket. Now, caskets are kind of hard to snipe for sure, but if Azag is nearby, I actually like this. Azag can just kind of fly over the head of the Chosen of the Gods, and they won't be able to shoot him, and then he can use Spirit Leeches to really finish off the casket. But again, I really think it's a mistake not shooting the Chosen of the Gods. They're a much bigger target. The casket will go down eventually, but it's going to take some time. So Azag, does he get a Spirit Leech? It looks like he was casting one, but now he's juking. So Human Boy with some nice juking here. This is a classic tactic right here, just going back and forth and back and forth. And now comes the Doom Diver catapult. See what I'm saying? The Doom Divers are so good against Ushabti. They just have more targets, right? So you're more likely to make contact here. And that's a mistake by Human Boy. Fate of Buna is not necessarily necessary. You need to use Spirit Leech against like smaller model counts like that, because Buna does exponentially more damage against bigger targets, like or higher model count targets, like Skeleton Warriors and Tomb Guards and things like that. Yeah, Bob Ross, there's nothing wrong with that, brother. No, I'm happy to have you here. I'm just saying, in general, if you look at the demographics of my YouTube channel, the average viewer, I think, is like 24 and older. There's certainly people who are, you know, both above that and below that, but it's more common that way. Yeah, it is more common. So this is a good play, though, by Human Boy. He's able to kind of force the Tomb King's army forward. Now he's getting a bit of a freebie back here. There are some Skeleton Warriors, but they're just Sword Warriors. They're not going to be able to really do much damage against Azag. It's not like they're Spears. So this is a huge win here for the Greenskins. Azag's Ard Armor is popped. Honestly, I probably would have stayed in combat, maybe? No, not with Cetra coming back there. And you can see the Chosen of the Gods are getting torn down really, really quick, man. I do remember watching Prince of Macedon and Heir of Carthage way back in the day. Man, yeah, those guys have been at it forever, since like the early days of YouTube. I think Prince of Macedon mostly covers like still Rome 1 stuff. I think he's really enjoys doing that content, so I don't know if he really does Warhammer stuff, but yeah, way back in the day I used to watch their stuff. Heir of Carthage is actually the reason why I started YouTube, though. I was working a full-time job, and you know, I saw Warhammer was coming out. I was a huge fan of like Shogun and these other games, and I remember sitting in my office watching the launch of Warhammer 1, and I was watching an Heir of Carthage video, and I was like, this looks like fun, I want to give this a try. But Heir was the one who actually kind of inspired me to do YouTube. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I used to watch Prince all the time. I'm 20, just below the average, I suppose. Yeah, fair play, man. No worries, happy to have you here. I'm 40, oldest in chat. I know there's a couple of folks who watch my channel who are in their 60s. Yeah. Yes, I do read the chat, Mr. Song. Yeah, I try to. It's a little bit tricky when I'm casting the games, but if there's downtimes in the action and things like that, I will read the chat, so don't you worry. So here comes Azag flying above. The Chosen of the Gods definitely getting hammered down. I really do think maybe the Tomb King should advance. I mean, I feel like they have the advantage of sorts. Although Stone Trolls are going to be quite nasty, and the Doom Diver catapults are really, really pounding here. Look at the damage, man. Oh, brutal stuff. Brutal stuff. The little goblins are just slamming into the Chosen of the Gods here. That's so funny. They're just like their little kites flying around. Ammunition is running a little bit low for those Doom Divers, and that's a huge investment. I mean, the Doom Divers really need to kill like multiple things to pay for themselves. The fact, though, that Azag has been able to get these freebies in the back is quite punishing, because now Human Boy can basically just use Spirit Leeches back here and drag down the Casket of Souls. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see if he can finish it off. The Greenskins actually taking the initiative, which I don't think they should have. I felt like they were pretty happy just with their current situation, right? Stone Trolls are going to be fighting Ushabti, and in a vacuum, Stone Trolls will win that. They're just vastly superior in that type of combat. But again, there's support nearby, there's spears, there's an Necrotect, who of course has some nice buffs for those constructs, and things are going to be getting quite crazy for sure. So Stone Trolls still clubbing away. If we look around the battlefield, Bounce Power is pretty even. I feel like Greenskins are in a slight state of advantage though. Although if he doesn't finish off the Casket, that could be a bit of a problem. Human Boy just sitting back here like a vulture with his Azag and going in here. And that should be able to finish off the Casket. Although somehow the Casket of Souls, its 14 melee defense holds up against Azag. And oh, there it goes. Azag has feasted on that Nehakaran monster. So there you guys have it. The back line for the Tomb Kings in a little bit of trouble. Ushabti fighting in the front, a bit of a grind. Wa is indeed active, and Bob is getting back here and going balls deep. Bob is really scary. I mean, even against Setra, he's going to be able to hold his own. But it looks like maybe an Ushabti summon is going down. Yeah, Doomdiver Catapults have finished off the Chosen of the Gods. And once you finish off the Chosen of the Gods, the Casket of Souls, from there you want to get your Doomdivers and probably go after the frontline Ushabti, which will allow the Greenskin Infantry to just kind of carry you home. Yes, guys, it is good indeed. It is good indeed. It would be tricky for me to reorder all my videos on my channel, yeah. I don't know, that would take a lot of manual labor if you're talking about it. But yeah, it should be from oldest to newest if you're looking at my channel. Yeah, indeed. Air got me into the Total War in the late summer of 2018. That's cool, man. Hell yeah. It's the party, man. So the Greenskins are certainly doing okay here, but it looks like actually the Tomb Kings are coming back into this game because remember, the balance of power is affected by the ammunition on the Doomdiver Catapults, and Bob is actually chased off the battlefield. Bob is a beast for sure. He's a very strong combatant, but Setra he's the imperishable one. He is really, really not a joke right there. So Bob is pushed back, and now Azag has landed in combat. You also have to remember, though, that there is a bit of a false inflation because of the Ushabti summon. So summons, of course, are going to make the balance of power look better than it actually is, because summon units in this game do actually disappear over time. So you'll see how that goes. Night Goblin's still grinding it out in the front line, and as far as their kill, 64 certainly ain't bad. And Bob is coming in. Oh, Bob riding in on the Wild Hog using Get Back here. That's a really good usage right there, because he might have actually broken. And here he comes on the Hog. Should be able to finish off these Ushabti here. He's got great AP values, and yeah, I think he should be fine. 585. I mean, Bob is basically like a second legendary lord. Granted, you're really paying the price tag for that, but yeah, he's really getting in there, and finishing off these Ushabti is quite good. And suddenly the Tomb Kings look to be taking over. The triple Doomdiver Catapult might have been too much, because again, they killed the Ushabti. I mean, they did a little bit of damage against Setra, but the Greenskin front line just buckled so hard. The summon is active, Curse is down as well, and this is a big, unfortunate circumstance here for Human Boy. Azag gets kind of trapped, and Setra will beat the brakes off him in combat, so I think he really needs to get back. He needs to get out of there, hands down. Ben Stanley, thank you for becoming a member. Do appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Enjoy the emojis, brother. Now, Azag shattered. That's pretty much going to be game. I mean, Doomdivers are out of ammo. There's not too much teeth left, and yeah, there wasn't enough killing power on the Greenskin front line. I do like his the triple Doomdiver, but I think you got to tone it down. I think you go 2 Doomdiver, and then you spend that extra 1,000 gold on like some good troop quality. So again, if we're taking a look here, I don't think you need Bob unless you're really going for like a blobby style of play. So what I would do here with Human Boy's build, it had the right idea in some respects, but triple Doomdiver is just too much. You go with Azag, you cut Bob. From there, you want to upgrade with that money to Savage Orc Biggins, so get like 4 of those guys, because they'll trade very well versus Ushabti and against Skeletons. You can keep the Stone Trolls for sure. I personally favor a rush against Tomb Kings, but if you want to, I think 2 Doomdivers is enough. Like you don't need 3. It's way too much. Yeah, GG though. I mean, Human Boy played a good game. He was very patient, picked off a lot of good targets. He played great. It's just, I think you cut Bob. I think you cut 1 Doomdiver. You upgrade to Savage Orc Biggins, and suddenly you win the front line. That was the problem. He lost the front line, and he needed something there. Drakillian, thank you so much for becoming a member. Enjoy the smorgasbord of emojis, which Anne is actually working on some new ones. So, yeah. Hey, Song, glad to hear you're enjoying the videos, man. Yeah. Doomdivers are not bad. They're actually a decent niche against Ushabti Greatbow. I think 2 of them would have done the trick, because 2 of them would have been 2,000 gold. Then that 2,000 gold would take out 1,100 and probably do 800-900 damage worth, on Setra or another target and pay for themselves. But in this case, 3 was too much, because in investing in 3 of the Doomdivers, it really punished his front line. Like his front line was super weak. I mean, a couple Goblins and Savage Orcs. Savage Orcs don't hold very well. Savage Orc Biggins, on the other hand, hold like gods. So that would have been my 2 cents. Yeah, Human Boy played a great game. So next up we have Wicked D. Let's get him in here. And he is here, the Master of the Wood. That is Wicked D. So, hey, Human Boy, you played a great game, man. Happy to have you on the stream. And hopefully we'll see you on future ones, man. Get on Sword of Torgold. Map set. Yes, Velk. So now they do the pick 3, and we'll go ahead and update the scorecard here. So that's going to be 1 for Valkanos. Very solid performance. Looks like he was on the ropes. Stayed calm. Outlasted the Greenskins and then pushed forward. You see, had Valkanos pushed forward earlier, though, he would have won the game much quicker, right? You guys saw what happened when the frontline fight happened. Yeah. Hey, Ramses, thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we just started. That was the first game of the stream. So right now we have Wicked and then Genghis Khan, Dactyr, Red Legion, J Phoenix, Namaru, Falcon, and Poison Ducky to close out our stream. Do we have any mods in chat? If we do, if you guys could drop a link to Aerocrastic's stream as well. He's currently streaming at King of the Hill as well. So we had 35 people sign up. So I took 10 and then Aerocrastic very kindly took the next 10 on the list so we could get more people playing. So he's probably streaming right now. There might be a game going. If I don't see a link it drops, I'll take care of it myself in a minute. Because again, we have some time before they pick here. So let's see. Let us see. The players are working on their armies right now. Their picks and bans. Could be another Tomb Kings. Falcon, he is the Master of Wood. Yeah, Falcon is currently number 9 on our list. So you'll be coming up sooner than later, brother. Well, I guess later technically, but hopefully it won't take too long. We'll see. All right, so just checking here. Yes, everything looks great. Perfect, man. Life is good. Just changing a couple settings right here. Alrighty. And good. Outstanding. So, hey Turin, is it possible, do you mind making a video about competitive maps? Yeah, I could do that at some point, yeah. I plan on making a lot more like edited maps once I get my hand fixed. If it fixes my hand. Because editing is a little bit of a pain for me now, but yeah, I plan on like doing like build guides for every single faction and like all sorts of stuff like that. Like when the floodgates are open. I'm very excited for this. Yeah. Pigeon says, would you like to see a Flesh Eater Courts faction in Game 3? I'm pretty sure we're just... I mean, you basically already have them. The Flesh Eater Court is just the Strigoi. So we have Strigoi Ghoul King, we have Crypt Ghouls, we have Crypt Horrors. I don't think we're going to see a separate faction. No. Why don't we have the winner of each King of the Hills fight? That would actually be a really cool idea, but it depends on the timing, right? Like, because he might go through his games faster, I might go through my games faster. It really depends on the circumstances, so... Yes, Colin Tully, there will be more head-to-heads with King. I might actually do it tomorrow. Yeah, we're doing Ikit Claw versus Grom the Paunch. We're doing the battle of the most OP campaign. So it's going to be just like 2 lords that are just absurdly powerful in campaign. Like Grom with his cooking mechanic can turn every goblin into like a Way Watcher. Every goblin archer. It's insane, man. So yeah, I'm going to be Ikit. So I got my nukes and he has his cooking. It's going to be really fun. And nukes aren't as good against players because they spread out their armies, but it's still, they're very, very powerful, obviously. Edward Rosenquist says, Turin, what's your thoughts on why Grail Knights have fallen out of the meta? Okay, so Grail Knights are still not bad, but there's many times against Bretonnia, there's going to be like cannons, there's going to be Buna effects, there's going to be things that are very good at killing like elite high-value targets. So oftentimes it's better just to get like cheaper calves so that if they get focused by either an anti-large monster or something, you know, it's not going to be taking as much of a hit. Granted, there are a couple circumstances in which I've seen Grail Knights be effective against vampire counts, for example. I've seen them do well. And yeah, they're still not a bad unit. It's just that they're very expensive and you really need to make sure that you're on point with that. Dim as how to win Empire for High Elves. So in that matchup, honestly, Empire versus High Elves, there's a couple ways you can go about it. Honestly, you have the advantage with artillery, so that's quite good. So oftentimes you'll see Empire players run mortars and or like even a Hellstorm rocket battery. So you run like 4 Empire Knights as roadblocks, a couple handgunners as support. The handgunners can focus down their big monsters, and then you run mortars to kill their archers. And you just keep your handgunners very deep set and use state troops like Sigmar's Sons and other troops to buffer your front line. It's a very winnable matchup for the Empire. It's actually quite even, in my opinion. But I have a couple replays of it up on my channel. If you want to go back and look, I had one against King of the Dead recently that was very even and close, so I would check that out. Paulius Galcanus. Is the Discord? No, the Discord's for every level. Anyone can join the Discord community, guys. And I encourage that. We have King of the Hills, we have a ton of community tournaments which have players of varying skill levels. And there's also Younglings tournaments that are held for newer players. And if you go to the community resources section of my Discord, you can find links to my son Herbert Walker, who runs a Fresh Recruit League. I mean, there's resources for you to get involved on many levels. Yeah. No, don't worry, Wes Bumpus. I'm staying on YouTube. YouTube's my jam. I mean, if I were to do something on Twitch, I would just restream. So I would just like have a dual stream running. But YouTube is my heart and soul, man. So it's going to be High Elves versus Vampire Counts. This is a matchup that actually heavily favors High Elves, believe it or not. Tempest is just so good, and Alariel is just such a raid boss here. This is a High Elf favored matchup, which I'm very eager to see what the Vampire Counts can do here. Valkanos, though, I know, is a very, very good Vampire Count player. So we'll see what happens. What is a good Sisters of Avalorn build? Shami, it depends on the matchup. You'd have to tell me like what against, and then I can give you a good answer. Yeah. All right, so let me go ahead and get a link to the Discord channel for you guys. I think because our mod, who usually gives the links, is actually playing right now. So I got you guys covered. Hold on. All right, so again, just make sure to follow the rules and all that good stuff. There's the link. And very good. And then I'm going to pull up Aerocrastic stream. Cool. And if you guys want to watch Aerocrastic in between, he's streaming King of the Hill as well. So he's streaming the other half of today's King of the Hill, which is great. Falcon, don't worry about it, dude. I didn't know if you were still here. Yeah, I didn't know if you're like watching his stream or if you're here, but yeah, we're both streaming today. That would actually be a fun thing to have the champions of both King of the Hills fight each other. I'll see if Arrow's free for that. That'd be really fun. Sisters are okay against Beastmen. I don't like them that much because Beastmen are really good at swarming, and also Cygors are a pretty hard counter against Sisters, so I'm a little bit hesitant to bring elite archers against Beastmen. I would prefer Lothern Seaguard because they're more durable. They have anti-large. Charge defense, you know, things like that. Yes. Against Dwarves, I wouldn't bring Sisters against Dwarves, no. Against Dwarves, basically what you do with High Elves is you just bring White Lions of Crace. You bring 2 Nobles on Chariot, Alariel the Everqueen, probably 2 great... So 2 on Chariot. Yeah, Alariel on her bird. 2 Nobles on Chariot. You spam White Lions, and then you can just bring, like, honestly, like, any combination of, like, archers and just, like, you know, some, like, White Lions plus Noble Chariots. Like, you just rush the Dwarves with infantry. Because, like, High Elves actually have really good AP infantry. Yeah, you don't really need too many archers against Dwarves. Although, you know, double Noble on Chariot, Great Eagle, and then Alariel on horseback is probably the way to go there. And then you need to bring some archers, I suppose, against gyrocopters, but yeah. So Ruben Bunskoke, today's King of the Hill had 35 people sign up. So how I do it is we have people join, and then I randomly generate a list from the names. So Aerocrastic is taking the folks who were not in the list of the random generated. Yeah, so it's great. We're getting 2 King of the Hills. It's quite a bit of fun. All right, guys, so now if we take a look here at the Undead Army, let's get back to business here and focus. We got zombies in the front line, skeleton warriors, some Graveguard with great weapons, actually, to give them some stopping power against Silver and Guard and troops like that, I would imagine. Because Silver and Guard are just super tanky. Like, baseline High Elf zombies, not High Elf zombies, but Vampire Count zombies and skeletons will not be able to get through them. But the Graveguard with great weapons can. In the back here, he does also have some Bargeist, a Terrorgeist, some Fellbats, and for his Lord, it is going to be the Mighty Lamian Vampire Lord, which has been making a bit of a comeback. Been seeing a lot of great people playing with this, so very, very cool stuff indeed. Saying I do have a video for beginners. If you go to my channel, there's one about deployment, but typically I would just recommend watching the battles, but I will be making more in-depth guides after I get my hand surgery. So now here for the build here of Master of the Wood, aka Wicked Z. He's got Silver and Guard, no surprise in the front. A very, very good anchor piece. If you are going to be using a missile build against vampires, they're nice. They won't break. They're going to hold for a long time, even if they get hit with like scabs crates and things like that. So he does have triple sister, actually, including the Everqueen's Court Guard. So this is very much a net build. So he's going to be getting elite archers using the Mage of Light with Nets of Amnitok to lock down the big targets, right? Like the Goose and the Vampire Lord, and just butter that bread. More Silver and Guard in the back. It looks like his entire army is actually Silver and Guard. He's got Alariel the Radiant with her healing and Fireborn Dragon Princes in the back. So very much a sweeper unit here. Quite excited to see how this goes. And yeah, I think we're all solid, man. Life is good. One sec, just got to refresh the stream real quick. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just had to minimize for a second because my my damn YouTube chat kind of kicked me out there. 1 second. All right, one moment. Sorry, guys. That should do the trick. Almost done, guys. Goodness gracious. Hopefully they haven't started the battle quite yet. Okay, we should be back now. All right. Sorry, I'm back, guys. We did it. Hey, Al, good luck for the surgery. If you don't catch a stream again before then, bro. Hey, thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate that. All right, sorry. We're back in the battle now, guys. I just had some weird thing. It like kicked me out of my chat for some reason, which is very, very strange. But nonetheless, we are here and we have not missed any of that sweet, sweet action. So currently, the vampire counts just moving forward as expected. Have to be very careful here, though. I mean, this net play could be so punishing. It could just be straight brutality. So, Sisters of Avalorn turning about face here. You can see we do have the Everqueen's Court Guard, and they hit like trucks. They have 31, but the thing is, they do fire damage too, so vampires are weak to fire on many fronts, especially the regenerating characters like the Terrorgeist, for example. It's weak to fire. If it gets netted and focused by 3 Sisters, that's just going to be brutal. So yeah, basically that's the thing. Like the High Elves just got to like defend themselves with the Silverin Guard and the Fireborn and just wait for the vampire counts to slip up and or come a little bit too close. And yeah, this is actually a good focus as well. Killing the Grave Guard with the Great Weapons is going to be very, very strong for sure. And you can see a couple volleys. I mean, Sisters are some of the most elite archers in the game, so those ladies certainly pack a punch. And so far, you know, you can see here, Wicked has done a good job forming a defensive box. And if anything does dive them, the Fireborn are here in the back, and those bad boys are going to be able to get in there and do some work. You guys have lost sound? Do let me know in chat. Sometimes you just need to refresh the stream. Some weird stuff. So it looks like, oh, is that going to be a Winds of Death? No, it's a Pendulum, because the Lamian Vampire Lord does actually have access to a Pendulum, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't do too much. Silverin Guard do have magic resist, which is quite nice. And here you can see the Grave Guard with Great Weapons are getting melted. And there's a bit of a scary one here for the vampires. I mean, the longer they wait to commit their big resources, the better it's going to be for the High Elves, because these archers are just going to methodically pick things apart. Some Fellbats do land back here, but the Fireborn should be able to just peel back there and get them off, no problem. Silverin Guard holding on all fronts, barely taking any damage. These guys are just absolute raid bosses to take down. So here comes the firepower. Lamian Vampire Lord does have lightning fast reflexes, so it can get the juicy ward save. I think we need to start seeing some zombie summons back here, but it's a little bit scary because if you come too close to the archer line, like if Wicked is watching right now, Wicked could drop a net right now on the Lamian Vampire Lord, and all 3 archers could just annihilate that dragon. As a matter of fact, a very risky play here. I don't know what Valkanos... I guess he's just committing, going all in, because now he's netted down amongst Fireborn. Fireborn are like a hard counter against the Vargeist and should be able to do decent damage against the Lord itself. Fellbats have jumped in, some dogs in the back. Big misplay here by the vampires. Unfortunately, they just end up fighting Silverin Guard. They should be peeling up and around and going after Sisters. This is going to be good, though. Really nice Pendulum right there. That was a beauty there by Valkanos. He was able to hit the Sisters and get some decent damage here. And the blob fight's going okay, but it's certainly going to favor the High Elves, especially with the Lariel's healing. The Fireborn are going to be so incredibly tough to bring down, so we will see how that goes. Now, if we look around here, Silverin Guard doing their jams. Here we do have some Silverin Guard as well, just holding back zombies. Such a good new addition to the High Elf roster. Now, this is a matchup I've always struggled with as vampires. I just feel like the High Elves have so many good tools against you, but nonetheless, we will see how this goes. Somehow that Lamian Vampire Lord did escape, and you know, to the Vampire Count's credit, the High Elf Archer line is very mucked up, and all it's really going to take is a couple good Pendulums to do, you know, some lethal damage there. Also some breath attacks. Like if the Lamian Vampire Lord could get up in the sky right now, sit like right here and get a breath attack right down the pipe there and just, you know, hit those Sisters, that would be incredibly good for sure. So now the dogs are back online. Valkanos is going to be trying to get through, which is definitely... At least he didn't lose them. He did notice that they were kind of in a bad engagement, and now he can pile in. Another zombie summon's coming in, and this is turning into a game here. Certainly looked very one-sided in the beginning, but now Valkanos is able to isolate the Mage of Light. Is he going to go for the kill? I think he should. He has zombies nearby. Zombies will keep the other units from really getting on the Lord. So I think getting a couple bites here on the Mage of Light wouldn't be bad, but it looks like he's a little bit scared of the Archer situation. The Archers more or less are stabilized. I mean, the Pendulum did some decent damage, but they look okay. Now suddenly the High Elf front line is finally breaking. Silverin Guard are getting worn down. And here we do have the Goose going into the back trying to take out the Mage of Fire. So, oh, look at this. Actually, dual caster from Wicked. Interesting. A Cascading Fire Cloak. Okay, so Wicked actually just brought the Cascading Fire Cloak to trigger the Kindle Flame. So whenever Mage of Fire casts a spell, it basically adds a fire weakness to the enemy army. So that's a cool little synergy there. But the Mage of Life is broken, and now the Sisters are in guard mode, and they're unleashing all of their shafts here into the Seductress, the Lamian Vampire Lord, who does have the Scepter of Stability. Look at that! What a great item pick here by Valkanos. It gives him magic resist, and again, all the Sisters do magic damage. So that's pretty much half of the damage of the Sisters being nerfed right there. And it looks like it's actually a pretty even game right now. The vampires are really scrapping their way back in, and they're doing a good job taking out all the characters methodically. I mean, Here on the ground, ooh, nice breath attack going right into the Silver and Guard right there. Yeah, the gooning is definitely a good way for Bamps to get back in this game here. Let's see what he's saying. Good luck, have fun by both players. But yeah, going in, killing Alarielle, killing the Mage of Life. I mean, Alarielle's on foot. She doesn't have any support nearby. Ooh, this is really, really painful, guys. Alarielle's in huge trouble, and there's no support. Now, if the Fireborn were nearby, the Fireborn could come in and just lance this guy down and really salvage the situation. But right now, Alarielle... Oh, she's been fed to the Terrorgeist! The Lamian Vampire Lord punted Alarielle down here. And suddenly there's a big angry Terrorgeist nearby. And this is looking a little bit dicey. Granted, the High Elves are certainly not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. The High Elf Archer line is going to be retaliating, shooting into the Lamian Vampire Lord, who has popped lightning fast reflexes. But man, oh man, that is a lot of damage going down. And yeah, this could be vampires much like how they played in Fantasy Tabletop. When they lose their lord, they're in a little bit of trouble. So if this guy goes down, there's not going to be any more Vampire Witchcraft. And the Lamian Vampire Lord isn't going to get away. 395, the Sisters of Avalorn pounding into this dragon. 164, and it does get up into the sky. Now, it might start crumbling here. It's pretty darn low on leadership. It's at 2, it's at 0. Oh man, Scepter of Stability popped. Is he going to be able to get an invo and run away? I think that's probably his best bet here, or maybe try and get a breath attack, or just go in and finish off that Mage of Fire before you go. That is a tough one, man. What a close battle for sure. But, you know, actually the High Elf front line did lose, and the reason why they lost is because the Graveguard with great weapons were eventually able to kill a lot of those Silver and Guard. And for some reason, the Fireborn have been in combat here quite long. Definitely should have had him maybe over here trying to help, but I guess it's just easier said than done, right? Lamian Vampire Lord is running, and down it goes. The Lamian Vampire Lord has disappeared into the Shadow Realm, and now the Sisters of Avalorn are going to be pulling back, trying to reform ranks. At this point, I mean, the Goose is obviously a huge target you want to take out, but the Graveguard with great weapons might also not be a bad idea. Those guys are quite scary, and yeah, the thing is, the vampires still have the Sternsmen and also still do have Graveguard. That is a lot of, like, heavy-duty infantry that's going to be very, very tough to kill, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So the archers are pulling back, which is good. Definitely want to create some separation between them and the foul forces of the vampires here. A little bit of firepower coming in. Seems slightly obstructed, but they are getting some decent saturating fire into the Sternsmen, and Sternsmen are taking some damage. Granted, they're silver shielded and regenerating, so they can certainly take it like champs. And the Terror Goose on the far side of the battlefield is being used to chase down the Mage of Fire. A big concern I have for Wicked is if these sisters do run out of ammo, and the Goose is still healthy, there's not going to be too much here that can kill the Goose. If you look around, I mean, yeah, Silver and Guard sure have spears, but the Goose cycle charging while Graveguard fight on the ground is going to be absolutely brutal. So we will see how it goes, and here comes the Goose. A net here from Wicked would be super clutch for sure, and the Mage of Fire has come back. So yeah, that Goose needs to go down, 100%. Sisters aren't bad in combat. They can actually fight some of the undead infantry. Nice breath attack dodge there from Wicked, and it looks like his Mage of Light is here, but I don't see a net going down at the moment, so it looks like he's probably very low on Winds of Magic. Yeah, just kind of reforming his ranks here. I do not know what the Mage of Light is doing. Looks like Mage of Light is opting to go in and fight some Graveguard, which is a pretty rough situation, but I guess just trying to buy some time, really. But the Graveguard will actually kill that Mage. Mage only has 28 melee defense, so yeah, that was a big mistake there. The Mage of Light just pretty much dies for free. And Valkanos actually pulls ahead for the first time in this game, which is pretty insane for sure. Yeah, Nets is a very expensive spell for sure. I think I saw him cast it twice this game, and he probably cast Cascading Fire Cloak also. I don't know if he has any of the items like the books to get extra wins on his mages. I don't think he does. So yeah, it's still, I mean, it's certainly vampires are favored here at this point in terms of the balance of power, but, you know, a single, good volley or two here on the Terrorgeist could be very, very impactful. And I think he needs to do it, just rip those shots, like rip them hard, man, because the Goose is going in hard. The Fireborn, unfortunately, are broken. There's only 8 of those guys left. I think you just got to go for the kill here. And just hope you can, win the fight with your sisters. So they're all firing now. The Goose is going to be taking some big blasts, especially if he is in guard mode, which means they'll shoot when they're in melee combat. And the Goose has about 4,000 HP. Here it comes, down to 3,000, 2,800. That's nice, and that pulls the balance of power back. This is exactly what Wicked needs to do. And Valkanos, I think, realizing the error of his ways, is going to be pulling back here. Oh, man, but not before that Goose takes a lot of damage. Took about 1,600 damage there from a couple volleys. And it's actually crumbling now. And remember, there's no more healing. Oh, negative 67. This thing is just getting wrecked. Man, that Goose got punished. And Wicked pulls it back in the 4th quarter. With Everqueen's Court Guard and that Archer line, man, Valkanos just needed to be more careful with that Goose and, wait for his front line to win. But now he's probably going to get slammed with some army losses, maybe? I don't know. Sisters aren't bad in combat. That's the thing. They might be able to actually win against the Graveguard. I mean, obviously not in a vacuum in a one-on-one fight, but based on this situation, I know, right as somebody says crumbling needs to be fixed, the thing just, crumbles instantly. I was like, oh, that's good timing. But yeah, crumbling is a little bit of a strange mechanic. I do think it needs some adjustments. So the Mage of Fire here is broken, and the Graveguard and Skeletons are pushing through, which it's still a close game, despite Wicked pulling this one back. Yeah, that Goose, Valkanos was in a very comfortable position there, I think. But He says those shots. The Graveguard still will do well here, but Everqueen's Courtguard aren't bad in combat. They have freaking 47, 60 for their combat stats. So they are going to be able to fight back against the Graveguard probably and not go quietly. We have a couple of Sternsmen still fighting over here against these sisters. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be a victory for the High Elves. Man, what a scrappy game. That was so back and forth. What a great one to get this stream started with, huh? That was a really, really good game. And the High Elves pull it out. He just Fire Cloaked his sisters for Kindle Flame? He did. Okay, I missed that. Good catch, Velcon. And now let's go ahead and check this. And next up, we have Genghis Khan. Awesome battle, man. That was closest as... Yeah, you guys get the picture. All right. So next up, we have... All right. So next up, who do we have? We have Genghis Khan. Master of the Wood says, let's do it again sometime off stream. I thought you had it. I thought I could get in and break those sisters. Honestly, Valkanos might have been able to break them if the Goose had just like juked the ammo, because the Goose should have like flown overhead and juked, but it was so stationary that it allowed all the sisters to really finish him off. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a really, really good game for sure. Well played to both players. So now Wicked is the current king of the hill. So let's update the score. It was a great game, man. Very cool build. I liked it. The Kindle Flame synergy, like... A lot of neat stuff there. I know the Silver and Guard, man. They're really good units. So next, we'll do the... I can't remember if Spice Dunes is a good map or not. Is it Shimmer Sword? No, not Shimmer Sword. Short. We'll do Short Soften. Map set. Good luck, have fun. I was streaming today. I had to close it early. I just lost. What'd you lose? All right. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Just need to check something real quick. I don't know why. Some witchcraft is afoot. Okay, everything looks fine. Weird stuff. I almost just played some music for my Spotify here. That would have demonetized my stream instantly. All right, perfect. So the players are working out their picks and bans. That was the second game. So for anyone joining, there's certainly a lot more action. Yeah, we have Genghis Khan, Dactyr, Red Legion, J Phoenix, Namri, Falcon, and Poison Ducky. And again, Aerocrastic is streaming as well, so if you guys want to see the other half of that King of the Hill, make sure to check him out. Do Silver and Guard need to be tuned? I don't think so. I think they're fine. Yeah. I mean, they're good. You pay a lot for them, though. They're not cheap. They're like 800 gold. Their damage output isn't great, but obviously if they're fighting zombies... right? And skeletons, they're going to get a lot of kills. Zombies have, like, no melee defense. So, like... But I think Silver and Guard are a very nice addition. Hey, Misha, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. All right. So, for Wicked, he's picked Bretonnia, Greenskins, and Empire for his 3 factions. And now his opponent will ban one and pick for himself. And then we go from there. So... yeah, Falcon does not usually kite with Wood Elves. Didn't you guys see the Faction War Grand Finals with Mel Gibson? Come on. How do you know which players are good at which faction? I've been casting for so long in so many tournaments that I know most of the players like who've been regulars in tournaments. So, yeah. It's kind of a nice advantage, too, when I go play in tournaments myself, because I kind of know their play, like what they like to pick and play. Yeah. It's like I'm constantly studying, you know? Yeah, Valkanos played a really good game. That's a hard matchup, man. And just that one slip up at the end cost him the game. No, Misha, there'll be another one. I'm going to be doing one either on Monday or Wednesday. Yeah, or both days. I'm not sure. We'll see. I have to catch up on videos to make sure I have enough videos to go up while I'm not able to work. Yeah, for the weeks I'm recovering. Turin, what's your opinion on choosing the old elite infantry swordmasters and Phoenix Guard versus the new budget Silver and Guard? It depends on the matchup. Me too little. Yeah, it depends. It really, it's a tough question without circumstances. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Pascarable, that's a different faction war. Yeah, that was an open faction war, which is our more kind of a... Yeah, it was great though. We had 70 people play. So we've had 2 faction wars back to back. What I'm thinking of doing for future faction wars is having a qualifier, like faction war qualifier, which is the same format. Here's how it would work. We have a faction war qualifier, and every player who gets the furthest with their respective faction or race then qualifies for the Grand Faction War, which is the 16-man one that we've done in the past. So, for example, if you were a Bretonnian player and you got the furthest of all the Bretonnian players, you would then qualify for the Bretonnian slot. Now, if you tie with someone else, we would just have them play for the spot. I don't know, something fun like that. I'm thinking about it. I want there to be a qualifier system. Yeah. Yes, Pascarable. In the most recent one, though, it was tic-tac-toe. So Falcon did win with playing tic-tac-toe the entire tournament, which is pretty crazy. So we got Bretonnia versus Empire. Interesting. Yeah. It's a fun matchup. Hey, Misha, sounds good. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that indeed. See if they'll let me live stream the surgery. No, thank you. I'll probably like just have my mouth open and my pot belly sticking out. You know, nobody looks great when they're knocked out. The next head-to-head, I'm not sure. Juan Roscoe, you liked it? King of the Lag? You mean Tommy Wiseau? Our next head-to-head will probably be in the next couple days. I'd like to actually just do a quick head-to-head with King, like, and finish it before my event, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, it's currently going to be Genghis Khan versus Master of the Wood. Will Genghis Khan play as his name would infer? We will see. Hey, Fat Eric, thank you, man. Do appreciate that. Yeah, we're just rolling through, man. Having a good old jolly time. This one is usually questing knights versus like demis. Or sometimes Empire just goes with like a cannon and uses Empire knights as a roadblock. I actually prefer to play that way. Use like 4 Empire knights and like 2 great cannons and then just kind of like sit and enjoy yourself. How many? We'll probably see 3 questing knights here. That would be my guess. Like 3 questing knights, maybe some like knights errant to like punish the infantry and give you some pressure. Yeah, that would be my 2 cents. When I play Empire here, I mean, Empire can basically, there's a couple ways you can play this. If you're Empire, you can go with the double cannon, quad Empire Knight, and just like play that way, because then the cannons kill their cav and the Empire Knights kill their archers and infantry, and also serve as roadblocks. Or you can go with the Demogryph Knight hammer, so you use like Demogryph Knights, like Royal Altdorf Griffites with Franz and a Warrior Priest, and you just kind of ride around in Reikland Runefang and Hammer of Sigmar, and you just like hammer them down with your layering of buffs. There's a couple ways. Bretonnia typically uses Peasant Archers, Men-at-Arms, and Questing Knights. But, you know, again, maybe we'll see some trebuchets. Colin Tully, dude, I agree. Head-to-head campaigns are one of my favorite. Although, the Empire head-to-head campaign, I'm not enjoying as... Like, the Greenskins are just so wild, man. Like, they're going to... Like, in my head-to-head campaign with Sotek, the Greenskins are going to kill both Sotek and I. It's just... I feel like Greenskins are pretty freaking strong in campaign right now. Like, if I could just focus on them, but they're just going to win the campaign. The Greenskins, probably. I don't know. We'll see. Is there any faction that plays like Huns or Mongols? Yeah, most of the elf factions. Absolutely. Lizardmen, I would say, is a good faction for beginners. Granted, they have a high skill cap as well. Lizardmen can play kite. They're a very diverse faction. They're kind of like the Lustrian Empire. But yeah, like you can go with like Saurus and Monsters and Lore of Life, and you're going to be okay. Yeah. You're going to be okay. You're going to be A-okay. And now, my friends, we are here for Genghis Khan. Let's take a look. Front line is going to be Spearman. I like the Volkmar pick. He's a champ, man. He's got a powerful mustache. Yeah, Greenskins definitely need a campaign nerf because they constantly have their Wa, like in the mid to late game. Like, it just never wears off. So here we do have the Jade Wizard as well, Regrowth, and no Earthblood, but actually going for Shield of Thorns. And he is going to be going for Outriders to snipe the Heavy Cav and the Demogryph Knight Hammer. So he's got Griffites, yeah. And just like we kind of predicted, it's either going to be Empire Knights and Cannons or it's going to be Demogryph Knights with buffs. And Volkmar certainly can give them some good buffs. Spearmen and Handgunners here, Silver Bullets, and that's pretty much it. Pickled Buddha! Best of luck with the surgery. Looking forward to seeing you play. Yeah, me too, dude. I'm so excited. Yeah. Yeah, Colin Tully, I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, King and I are going to do another one. We're going to be doing Grom the Paunch versus Ikit Claw. And then after that, I'm probably going to cycle between people I know in the community for the head-to-heads so you guys can get to know them and we can just chat and things like that. So I'll do the next one with King, and then from there, I don't know, we'll see. We'll grab some people I know and have a good time. Have a good time indeed. So now for the forces here, Bretonnia, it's going to be Peasant Mobs and Defenders of Flare League, Companions, and oh, I nailed it, Triple Questing Knight. That's right. Oh, Rapunzel is here. Look at this. Wicked coming in with the Iron Lady herself, with her giant greatsword, and she actually has some good buffs for sure. She's got the Fleur-de-Lis banner, which buffs those questing knights pretty solid. Yeah, I like that, man. On top of that, we do have a Damsel of Beast with Manticore summoning, a couple Foot Squires and Battle Pilgrims, and Mounted Yeoman Archers to counter the Outriders. I really like this build. Aram, yeah, I just kind of Warhammer. I'm just more interested in Warhammer, to be honest. And I have to choose currently with the way my hands are. I can't like do multiple games at once. Like after I finish a stream of this game, I'm done for the day. I can't do anything else because they're messed up. So once I get my hands fixed, I do plan on like going back to Mountain Blade and playing Warcraft and Magic streams more often and just having a very diverse channel. Granted, it'll still be focused on Warhammer Total War, but again, I'll be able to do more, which I'm very, very excited for. Yeah, Beastmen definitely need an overhaul. I think we're going to see a Beastmen update, Wood Elves update at some point. Like, it's got to happen. What you just saw happen with Greenskins most likely will happen with those factions as well. Yeah. The lady wills it! Oh my god, look at this blob here. He's hiding them all in the trees. The Hammer of the Witches is very good here. Certainly wants to be shooting the companions the entire time. Yeah, the Iron Lady gives some nice buffs. I mean, look at the melee attack currently on these guys with her banner. Why are they not getting buffed? Yeah, maybe it's something she has to activate or something? Or it's conditional? Oh, she probably has to be in combat for it. Okay, that makes sense. Anyways, the Bretonnians are going to be advancing, and the Knights are going to be hiding in the trees. Yes, I would 100% be behind Total War Warhammer 40k. And yes, I'm very excited for 9th edition as well. So the Mounted Yeoman Archers are going to be scooting forward. I will answer more questions after the game. Don't you guys worry, but now it is time to focus on some commentary. Mounted Yeoman Archers shooting in, going after the Demogryph Knights with halberds, but man, getting peppered by those handgunners. Brutal! Oof! Yeah, those Mounted Yeoman Archers need to pull back. You know, and the problem is, for Wicked, is that there's faith with Volkmar. There's certainly some steel with these demis and some powder. Gunpowder here with these handgunners. So the Empire has all of its goodies here. So we will see how this goes. Now the battle's going to be underway soon. The glorious forces of Bretonnia advance on the Sons of Sigmar. We're very eager to meet them. Looks like we do have Flagellants. No Sigmar Sons, which I'm curious about. Usually you see those bad boys. Genghis Khan in a very defensive posture. Certainly going to be counterpunching. He has the cannon and handgunner, so he can be very patient here. A little bit of a mistake, though, from Wicked, charging in his Damsel of Life into a full blast in the face. She's certainly taking that like a champ, but she does not want to be doing that. So a little bit of a misplay there from Wicked. He should be able to pull back. It's not going to be game-ending, but it's still it's a freebie for the forces of the Empire, right? So currently Genghis Khan, again, like I said, very defensive, and you can see the Mounted Yeoman have been blasted, and the Great Cannon is now shooting at the companions here, which is an appropriate target. Flagellants and Spearmen will be engaging against peasants in the front, and now the Peasant Archers, of course, are doing some great damage here against the Silver Bullets, which will be taken out in a moment's time. And yeah, the Empire needs to get more aggressive, like a little bit of a misplay from Genghis Khan. Volkmar needs to be in the front line, just running things over right now, and the Demogryph Knights need to be mirroring the movements of the Questing Knights, because currently I would say that Wicked is very heavily outmaneuvering the Empire's Cav Corps. Like, he's getting free engagements, he's picking things off, and right now the Empire seems like it's just kind of a... I mean, being reactionary isn't bad, but it's not an efficient reaction, really. So here on the far side, Outriders are shooting against Mounted Yeoman Archers, and finally the Royal Altdorf Griffites are getting ready for a fight. This is a pretty awesome build here, for sure. Rapunz and all these Questing Knights just riding in together like a bit of a Rohirrim situation. Very, very cool. So here comes the charge! Demogryph Knights lancing into those defenders of Fleur-de-Lis, but here comes the Questing Knights as well. This is going to be good, though. Volkmar will give some huge buffs here. The Shield of Faith and the Hammer of Sigmar all getting popped here. And suddenly these Demogryph Knights are quite powerful indeed, but sheer numbers is certainly a thing. And Rapunz is going to be giving buffs as well. Shield of Faith does go down, or the Grand Soulfire Bombardment, excuse me. But Demogryph Knights are certainly losing this fight. The Damsel, I feel like, yeah, we need to see a regrowth here for sure. Otherwise, these Royal Altdorf Griffites are going to start losing models very, very rapidly. And Shield of Thorns is activated, but where's the regrowth, man? That needs to happen. Okay, here's the regrowth. It's a little bit late, though. Outriders have gotten up and around the back and are getting some very, very good shots into the back of this army. And there's the regrowth. That is good stuff right there. That is going to make those Griffites just so efficient. But Rapunz, again, is buffing the combat stats. You can see they all have the +9/+9 on their respective combat stats. But the rest of the Empire army is losing this fight. The cannon is pushed off, the Empire front line is being overwhelmed by Manticore summons, and the handgunners are kind of off in the Shadow Realm as well. And now it looks like Wicked is going to be getting a full surround here. Yeah, he's coming in with the Manticore, but I guess there are some, yeah, these are Foot Squires as well. But Volkmar is doing a great job also. Volkmar is just such a presence, and the Questing Knights actually do break. So the regrowth Royal Altdorf Griffites just showing why they're one of the best units on the roster. 65 kills. And remember, guys, they were fighting all cav units. Those 65 kills are not slouches. So from here, I'd probably pull back the Royal Altdorf Griffites and kind of reform my ranks and get another charge and just let Volkmar tank this like a champ. On top of that, pull these spearmen back, but it looks like, yeah, very, very close fight, actually, guys. Though the Empire has lost its cannon and some of its backline assets, Volkmar and the Demogryph Knights really are the anchor of the army. And yeah, Volkmar is just such a raid boss. By far one of my favorite characters in multiplayer right now. Yeah, you don't want to be in sustained combat against infantry, especially AP infantry. Demogryph Knights don't have the best melee defense at 30, so even the Foot Squires with their 35 can punch through that. And Volkmar is doing a good job, but yeah, I think the Demis need to disengage, although, I don't know, the Royal Altdorf Griffites are still getting some good damage, and with Spearman support coming in, I suppose they could stay. Yeah, we have some Empire Spears pushing in, and they should be able to, not kill the Foot Squires quickly, but certainly occupy them a little bit and help out. So another regrowth is going down, which is just going to be Value City, especially if it is an overcast. And it looks like it is going to be overcasted. Yeah, that's 2,000 freaking HP on these Royal Altdorf Griffites. It also makes their Vigor perfect. And it's a very tough blob for Bretonnia to break. I think Bretonnia might want to disengage this. Yeah, because they're just getting terror routed and pushed off now. Not terror routed, but just broken due to actual leadership. And Rapunzel is trying her best, but I don't know, Rapunzel doesn't seem to be up to the task of taking on Volkmar's extremely potent mustache. We have Peasant Archers as well. Peasant Archers can keep shooting the Demogryph Knights. They're at their healing cap now, so you don't really have to worry about that. Outriders have been forced off by the forces of Wicked D, and we have a very, very close battle on our hands here. The Royal Altdorf Griffites have surrounded Rapunzel, but she does have the Sword of Lioness. And it's going to be pretty scary, 600 weapon strength, but it looks like she's going after Volkmar. Yeah, she's going in for the kill. It's a ballsy play going after Volkmar. He's one of the tougher characters in the game to kill, but if you can finish him off, it's going to be quite nice. Ooh, Soulfire Bombardment here is going to be great. That's going to be hitting those Foot Squires. You can see they lose about 500 freaking HP from that. Now the Outriders are back online. Balance of power is very, very even at this point. Rapunzel was able to put a huge beating on Volkmar. And in a duel, Rapunzel would beat Volkmar, but Volkmar is a support character who's also just happens to be very, very meaty and tough to bring down. Got a couple Flagellants still scrapping back here. Nice banishment from Volkmar the Grim is able to wreck those Peasant Bowmen. Beautiful stuff right there. And it's looking like the Empire is going to win this game. Genghis Khan pulled it back with his Volkmar Demogryph Knight blob. Yeah, scary stuff. And the Damsel of Beast is shattered, and that is going to be the game. Rapunzel, the Iron Lady, tried, but she is no match for the might of Sigmar's mustache. Well played to both players. It was a good game. I actually thought the blob was going bad for the Empire, and it almost did, but that regrowth was super timely. Like, that saved, like, so many demi models. Yeah, Volkmar is just like, oh man, such a beast. All right, guys. That is going to be Genghis jumping on. Let me see here. Gotta make sure I spell it right. Let's put it in for short. Do I do SFO tournaments? No, not really, yeah. I enjoy the vanilla experience more so than I do modded gameplay. Modded gameplay, like, I tend to turn to it if I'm really burnt out on a game. You'll see me doing mods, but yeah. I still have much to learn about the multiplayer. Oh, I know multiplayer well, but like I want to be constantly learning the actual multiplayer. Because, mod's a mod, it's not the actual competitive scene, so... unless one emerges for that, but... All right, so we have Dactyr. So Dactyr, let me go ahead and tag him. The Crab Man. Perfect. And so Dactyr will be here in a minute. Yeah, Wicked, you played a great game, man, and you also brought some really cool builds. That High Elf comeback was pretty insane with the sisters. Well played, man. Happy to have you on the stream as always. Demis are like, Demogryph Knights can, they were going down though. Wicked was killing them. Like, if that regrowth hadn't been brought off, he would have lost like 4 more models in the next couple seconds. Yeah. All right, so Dactyr is here. For the next map, let's go ahead and do River Amazon. So get Khan, pick 3. Go. Are there any maps that are unfavorable for dwarves? Yes, there's tons of maps that are unfavorable for dwarves. Basically anything that has like huge line of sight blocking, because they want their guns and cannons to be able to shoot. Aram? Yeah, someday maybe. We'll see. All right. So we got our map set. So the Khan will... I'm going to say 5 minutes to... Yeah, I'm not going to pressure him yet. We'll wait. Yeah, trebuchets, I've seen trebuchets work. It's interesting. I thought Wicked's build was good. Obviously, Rapunzel isn't the best pick, but he was just having fun. So, like, if you come with, like, Fey Enchantress and, like, have Mortis Engine drains and regrowths yourself, like, yeah, it's different. Or King Lewin, for example. Lewin would have been wrecking Volkmar, but, he wanted to play Rapunzel. Yeah. I'm sweating like a hog here. Yeah, I'm sweating like a wild hog here in my room. So Tomb King's Empire and Chaos are the picks for Genghis Khan. Now Dactyr will pick one and ban. So he'll ban one of those three and then pick for himself. Looks like maybe he's inspired by Felkon, looking to play the Cult of Sotek, maybe? Yeah, dwarves typically have problems with line of sight blocking, yeah. He'll pick Wood Elves and he'll ban Tomb Kings. Okay, so it's either Wood Elves versus Empire or Wood Elves versus Chaos. I don't know, the Khan might go for... I'd go for Empire. Because, like, Chaos, the problem is, like, Wood Elves can tree camp on this map. So you want something that can force them out of their trees, like a cannon. Yeah. Although, honestly, if Genghis Khan saw my recent battle, the Hellblaster Volley Gun Wagon is really, really good here, if you can protect it. Yeah. Pigs don't sweat, horses do? Okay, I guess a horse then. So be it. Warhawk, I have no idea. I have no idea, man. Yeah. I don't like using AC. Yeah, I don't know why. Like it when I do any of you guys have this problem? When I have like AC blasted very heavily on me, it like makes my throat dry. Like it dries out my throat and I have trouble like yeah. I have trouble like casting with it. That's a problem because of course I would like it, but it like dries me out and like my nose gets dry, my throat gets really dry and it's like hard to speak like heavily. Yeah. I don't know. Only a fool wouldn't bring aquatics on this map. You know, believe it or not, this isn't the map you're thinking, Proto Man. This map does not have any water. Yeah, there's a river like off the side of the map. Yeah. Yes. Hey, but Proto Man, thank you so much for your support, dude. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, it's going to be Empire. I did download Tic-Tac-Toe, guys. I downloaded Tic-Tac-Toe, 100%. Yes, I have him. And I plan on, I plan on doing a head-to-head with him. Yeah. Hey, Falcon, you want to do a head-to-head some point with me using Tic-Tac-Toe? You could play someone else in that area, and we could have a scrap. I feel like Falcon, it should be Falcon that I play it against, because he forced me to download it. Yeah, you see, a lot of you guys are talking about the AC. AC air has all the humidity sucked out. Yeah, makes sense. You have bacteria, allergens probably built. Yeah, maybe. We live in a very old house. Okay, yeah, thank you guys for the advice. Yeah, I have really bad allergies, like super bad. So when I blast the AC unit, I tend to suffer pretty bad, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Lady Turin, we have AC, and like it's blasting in the living room right now. Lady Turin is sitting on her in her icebox. Yeah. Tic-Tac-Toe versus Gorse now. It would have to be someone in the Badlands. We would do like Immortal Empires, like Tic-Tac-Toe against like someone down there like Raponce or Tomb Kings or probably not the Dragon Man because they're right next to each other. Oh, Falcon, it doesn't matter, dude. You have good enough micro that you'll be fine in the battles. Yeah. I know. Tic-Tac-Toe's campaign is really freaking fun, actually. Like, after I downloaded Tic-Tac-Toe the other night, I went and played like 15 turns of his campaign, and I was like, holy shit, this is really fun, actually. Like, all of your skink characters with Tic-Tac-Toe's campaign, you start with they start with flying mounts. On top of that, you have this building, so you can get Ripperdactyls at tier 3, and you just like fly. Oh my god, it's so fun. I actually really like it. Imric versus Tic-Tac-Toe would be like too quick. He would have to play someone up north. Yeah. Yeah, Evan Field, thank you, man. Yeah, we'll probably hire someone to clean out our vents for the AC. A cold humidifier, yeah. I'll look into it. But Lady Turin and I are going to move somewhere cold anyways, probably. We're probably going to move somewhere with really, really, really cold season, so. Tic-Tac versus the Skaven Assassin, that would be the worst matchup in the world for Tic-Tac-Toe, because they start with Gutter Runners, so they would just like wreck all your flyers. I know, Ren, I know. It's crazy. I know. Well, King of the Dead and I are pretty even in terms of like abilities in multiplayer, yeah. I think I have more campaign experience than him, though. Like, because I play a fair amount of campaigns, also for the channel. Oh yeah, Falcon's definitely a fearsome foe. That would be his way to win the head-to-head, would just be to get me in the battles and troll me. Oh yeah. He's a beast, man. You guys have seen him in action. One of the Warhammer Total War multiplayer goats, greatest of all time. For the Ikit head-to-head, we're doing a what's it called? Mortal Empires. Yeah. Recirculated air is bad for you. A lot of ex-army guys who spend a lot of time sleeping in military barracks wind up developing lung issues later in life. Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense. And now, guys, we're here in the battle. It's going to be Genghis Khan coming in once again. Hey. Oh, oh my God, a Temple of Luminarch. Oh, baby. This is good. What are your thoughts on Tomb King's archers compared to their... I think they're fine. Yeah, skeleton archers are fine. You just got to watch out for like burning heads and things like that. Yeah. I know. Kitek 94, I agree. Head-to-head campaigns are way more fun than regular campaigns, for me at least. Because I prefer PvP, but I love campaign also, but I just don't like that it eventually becomes like just a grind that you know you're going to win. Like even in my Scars in the campaign, I know I'm going to win. It's just a matter of time, right? But in head-to-head, it's like, it's uncertain, you know? Oh, I know, Rin. That was a long time ago. I'd love to do more head-to-heads with Sparty. Yeah, those were a blast, man. Sparty and I have known each other since 2006. Because we went to college together. Yeah. Anyways, guys, the battle is underway. Genghis Khan coming in with the Temple of Luminarch. Gonna be trying to snipe those Wood Elf characters, which is hilarious. He's got Flagellants, he's got Sigmar's Son, Spearmen, double Knights of the Blazing Sun. It looks like it's gonna be a Firecaster to trigger Kindle Flame, a Jade Wizard for healing, and Volkmar the Grim on horseback. Man, this is a wild build from Genghis Khan. Now for the forces of the Wood Elves, pretty standard stuff, Way Watchers and Waystalker. And the reason why you bring Waystalker is to use Arrows of Kurnus to snipe cannons, but that's why I really like Hellblaster Wagon, because you can't snipe it with Arrows of Kurnus. Wild Riders, it's going to be 3 in total, no, 2 including Sisters. And in the back, Dryads and a couple Spears in the flanks, and that is going to be it for this glorious force. Yes. Yeah, Way Watchers are very good. What did I study? Business. I have a degree in business, yeah. Didn't really use it too much. After I graduated college, I went to work at a newspaper. So I was a staff writer for a newspaper. So basically, I would just write articles for a Los Angeles newspaper. And then from there, I went to start my own marketing and PR business, which I hated. So I stopped doing that. And then I I became an athletic director, basically, for a nonprofit organization. And then I started YouTube. That's it. Yeah. I am so excited for this Temple of Luminarch, guys. I am so excited. Yes, they do have look at the aura protection. That's pretty cool. It's something that really, you forget about that, right? It does affect itself too, which is cool. So it should have the ward save, right? Definitely just have to stay out of range, try and pop that Glade Lord. It's going to be hard. I certainly think the Wood Elves have the advantageous build. I mean, unless there's big screw-ups from the Empire and they or not from the Empire, but from the Wood Elves and let their characters get popped. Yeah. I studied Total War in college. So Falcon says, Turin, man, I missed the glorious Sparty Rohirrim speech. Do you have it somewhere? Yeah, it's probably... I'll ask him. I forget which video that was in. So, Finley, yeah, so basically I started my own marketing and PR company. I quit my job at the newspaper with one of my coworkers, and we started a company where we would do the marketing efforts. So we do graphic design, social media, all that sort of stuff. And we also did PR. So basically we would have a client, and the client would be like, hey, I want to promote my product. And then my partner and I, we would go and find TV shows, radio stations, things like that. And we would send press kits and pitch them to get on those shows. And we had some success. We got someone on the Dr. Oz show at one point in our career, which was fun. But I just didn't like it. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, it was, my coworker liked it, but I wasn't passionate about it. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah, Spartacus, man, back in 2006, I got to tell you guys a story about Spartacus. So back in 2006, Sparty and I played World of Warcraft together. We were playing the Burning Crusade, and we would go on these raids together because we were in a guild together, right? So before we would fight a boss, my friend Paul and I would call upon Italian Spartacus to come into our Ventrilo chat in 2006, and Spartacus would give a rousing speech to our raid crew. So we would be raiding Karazhan or some other raid or whatever, and Italian Spartacus would come in. And he would give us an inspiring speech to all of our raid, like, Knights, and now we face the greatest evil of our time. You know, he would give some huge speech in character, and it was like the funniest thing ever, man. Spartacus, it was so great. Yeah, that was back in 2006, so we'll maybe try and get him to do it again, yeah. Anyways, my friends, Temple of Luminarch is blasting in. Let us go ahead and focus on the battle here. Wild Riders rushing in. This is good because the spears aren't braced, so really the only defense they have here is their 30 armor, so yeah, they just get shreked horribly. And that's the thing, a lot of people think spears can just take a beating at all times, but they actually have to be braced for that to happen. So those spearmen pretty much given up for free. Dactyr swooping in very, very quickly. Fred Muser, thank you so much for the fiber. From France. You know, the doctor who's actually doing surgery on my hand is French. He's a really, really nice guy. I like him a lot. But he speaks French, and he is French. I know, Ventrilo, man, that's taking it back to the old school. So the Way Watchers dropping some shots here. So certainly the Empire army is taking a huge beating. And now the Wood Elves, I think, are going to be surging forward. The Temple of Luminarch, not paying off so far. I mean, it's basically having to shoot cab units. It wants to be sniping characters. That was actually some decent damage right there. Look at that. Look at that. That was good, right? And so now Flagellants are moving in. We have more Flagellants here, and here you can see the Jade Wizard is being sniped by the Way Watcher Goon Squad. I don't know how much longer Genghis Khan can wait with his cab. I think he needs to pull in because he's trying to like lure the Wood Elves in, but it certainly doesn't seem like it's paying off. So the Temple of Luminarch with another shot once again. Here it comes. Yeah, he's shooting the Wild Riders, which is interesting. I think he should be going after the character here, like taking out that Glade Lord. Fireball goes in, Pravenoth Raymond active on the Jade Wizard. And yeah, Genghis Khan needs to get a snipe here because this is going so badly for him right now. And now comes the ambush. So the Rohirrim have emerged from the tree line. And here he comes. I know, a Ventrilo reference, dude, that's taking me back. Back to 2005 and 6. Oh, yes, I do, Sean Duarte. Yeah, that was a fun memory for sure. But now the Knights of the Blazing Sun are here, and the Pravenoth Raymond has been used, so the Wood Elves don't have that right now. Knights of the Blazing Sun should trade well, but a very good play here by Dactyr. He pulls back behind his Eternal Guard and lures the Knights of the Blazing Sun into combat. That's like a classic Wood Elf trick, and yeah, it's going pretty bad for him. Knights of the Blazing Sun are pushing out here and here. You can see on both directions they're going. You know, all it's going to take from Empire, though, is a really good shot with the Temple of Luminarch, but it seems like it's obstructed. If you are investing in that thing, though, you got to make sure that like you're really, really getting your value's worth. So some Knights of the Blazing Sun have pushed out. Looks like maybe they'll get into the back line, but currently Dactyr is doing a really good job, actually. Yeah, another Fireball going down. More Knights of the Blazing Sun coming in. Now we have a big fight in the back, which, yeah, the Empire is just getting outmaneuvered so hard. Volkmar the Grim, of course, will help in the front and do decent. Flagellants are able to grind, and here comes a big shot. Is it going to hit the target? Where is it going? Yeah, there it goes, and boom! All right, that's pretty nice there, getting that Waystalker down. Volkmar the Grim going to be going in to try and finish them off with his Death Thrust, but basically, all of the Knights of the Blazing Sun are in really, really bad shape. They've all been wrecked. Look at this, actually. The Spellsinger of Life looks to have taken some damage. Yeah, the cab play from the Empire, I mean, he's trying his best for sure, but Dactyr really has his number here. Volkmar is able to finish off the Waystalker. Where is this Temple of Luminarch going? And, oh, the KO shot! Boom, headshot right there. Man. So despite all of the bad situations for the Empire here, that Temple of Luminarch might be able to carry this game. It's certainly possible. So now he's going to be going after the Glade Lord, which is smart. Just pick off the characters and then Volkmar can carry. Fireball's going in. Fireball will tear through some of these cab units and should hit this guy. It looks like it does get intercepted there by some of the Wild Riders. And the Heavy Cav are, yeah, pretty much trash canned at this point. And the Temple of Luminarch is going to be shooting here in a second. I'm really curious what it is going to be shooting at. The Unbreakable Empire troop certainly not doing bad. Volkmar the Grim on his horse, certainly not very fast. He's going to be chasing, but oh, Volkmar, he's not unbreakable on his horse. And yeah, that's Wood Elves for you. Brutal damage coming in on Volkmar the Grim. I have to say, Dactyr has been playing a very, very good game. Here it comes, and it misses. Nice juke there by Dactyr. He was able to dodge that shot from the Temple of Luminarch. And that's pretty much going to be game. Very, very good Wood Elf play for sure. Couple inefficiencies with the Empire. Their cab management was a little bit off in my opinion, but there wasn't too much I don't think the Empire could do with that build. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one indeed. So here comes the Luminarch shot again, going downtown, and it... Wow, look at the damage! That Glade Lord almost got freaking one-shotted, and a Fireball's coming in as well. Oh, and the Glade Lord is broken! What? Oh my god, the Temple Off is such a funny unit. Oh my god. So anyways, the Empire, I guess, is still fighting. I don't know where this Luminarch is going to go now. Is it going to blast this Glade Lord off the battlefield? Probably so. What is it, shooting at Way Watchers now? What? No, I definitely got to kill the characters. Adam V, thank you so much for the 2 Canadian. Rip Empire. Hey man, but at least we got this. Despite the Empire losing this, at least we got to see some cool Luminarch plays. Like, now you guys can see the potential of the Luminarch, right? Yeah. And that's going to be GG. And the Wood Elves are able to claim victory. Well played to both players, despite having a pretty inefficient build. The Empire, you know, they scrapped where they could, and they made it a 5-minute game, which is good. Dactyr says I blocked the fireball. Yeah, I know. That was a fun one. That was a really fun game, guys. Yeah, I don't know. It's still fighting. It looks like a couple of flagellants. These shirtless fanatics of Sigmar. Going to be torn apart by Dryads, it looks like. Sounds fun. You know, the Luminarch actually did well, believe it or not. It did a lot of damage. It, like, killed 2 characters and was able to do some decent damage against the Cav and archers and things like that. Yeah, what lost the Empire of the game was the Knights of the Blazing Sun just not being efficient. I really think Empire Knights are like what you need there. And just play more defensively with them. Just like force the Wood Elves to shoot at your infantry and like blast them with your ranged stuff. the Barrett 50 cal of Sigmar. Yeah, it is the 50 cal for sure. Yes, and that is it. If you guys are looking to see a build that's very good against Wood Elves, go check out one of my most recent replays. It's actually Empire versus Wood Elves, and I had a build that was pretty strong there. And it's against the same build you just saw, too. All right, so Dactyr is going to be taking over. Dactyr is taking over. So Dactyr. Okay, I got his name right. Very good. And now up on our list, we have Red Legion. Man, the myth, the legend. Okay, no problem. Rosa. I love that Aerocrastic is running a King of the Hill also. And Falcon, could you actually drop or one of the mods, Wicked, if you're here, could you guys drop a link to Aerocrastic stream? Because in between games, he's streaming as well, King of the Hill, and we're kind of doing it together here, so. Luminarch, you typically want to use it on heroes and single entities. That's where it's best. It's not so good against other things. GG. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's that. Pillar of Bones up. We got Red Legion coming in next. How old am I? I'm 31 years old. I'm 31 years young, baby. We're doing it. No, Wild Riders do not need a nerf. Trust me, Henrik. Yeah. I mean, when you see someone lose a game like that, it might seem like things are overpowered, but that's mainly just because he played super well. In a vacuum, Wild Riders would lose horribly to Knights of the Blazing Sun, but he just outmaneuvered them, sniped them, and pulled them into spears. Yeah. All right, so we have Red Legion, J Phoenix, and yeah, we're doing it, man. Just got to get the Red Legion in here. That was some really, really good Wood Elf play, though. He played very nicely. Yeah, I liked it. I was quite impressed. Joseph B, been enjoying your content, especially Faction Wars for months now. Thought it was high time I paid for some of it. Thank you, man. Keep up the quality goodness. I will. Even if I have to do it one-handed, I'll keep it going. So Wicked just dropped a link to Arrow Stream if you guys want to check that out. Go for it. So now we have Mini Boris, who is actually Red Legion, and he's facing off against Dactyr. So Dactyr is Wood Elf, Bretonnia, and Norska. Pretty diverse factions, honestly. Like, all very vastly different playstyles. So pretty cool for tournament play, you know, being able to pick from amongst those factions. Warhawk says, I just turned 28. I feel better than I did at 21. I see, I don't. But, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. Tic-tac-toe does win, apparently. Riders get good against Armored Cav. Only when supported by... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Tomas, Creative Assembly does sponsor the Everchosen tournaments. The prize pool for Everchosen is put forward by Creative Assembly. So they do sponsor some tournaments, yeah. Obviously, with the quarantine and, you know, the pandemic and all that, things have been slowing down a little bit. It kind of screwed up our Everchosen schedule and things like that. We still had one recently. It's on Creative Assembly's channel, actually, on their YouTube channel. You can go see it. It's a really, really good one, man. I don't want to spoil the outcome, but it was a very impressive run. So, okay. So, he's going Empire and he's banning Wood Elves. Oh, look at that. So, Red Legion saw what just happened. Oh, and we have Empire versus Bretonnia again. It's on Pillar of Bone, a much smaller map. So we did see this matchup earlier, but again, we'll see how this unfolds here. And Warhawk, it's mainly that, really, because I can't lift weights because my hands are shot. So once I'm able to lift weights again, I can get back to doing jiu-jitsu and weightlifting. Man, I used to love like fitness stuff, yeah. So Santa Claus says, first time for me here, watching your vids, almost over a year. Happy to be in the live stream. Happy to have you here, man. Happy to have you here. Tomash? Yeah, I probably mangled your name. I'm sorry. The accents are tricky. We certainly have a wholesome community here, yes. So Cope Where Sove says, I will turn 31 in a few days and I'm having the time of my life. Hey, that's good to hear, man. Yeah, no, I'm enjoying my 30s, dude. I got an awesome wife. Got a cool business. All is good. All is good, man. What god would you worship if I lived in the Warhammer universe? Sigmar, man. Sigmar all day. Oh, yeah. I definitely like love the Empire is my... I mean, okay, so in 40k, I'm a huge fan of Nurgle and Death Guard, but I don't like Chaos as much in Warhammer Fantasy. So for Fantasy, I prefer the good guys, like the Empire and Dwarves. But for 40k, I prefer the bad guys a little bit. Yeah, like the Death Guard and stuff. Bane, thank you, man. Hey, Tomash, thank you for the 50 CZK. Thomas, Tomash, I'm so sorry if I'm mangling your name, but that's very generous of you, man. Thank you. Really do appreciate that, brother. Warhawk says, Turin, I have the same problem. If I can't strength train properly, I feel terrible. Yeah, I had a minor neck fracture. Ooh, man, stay safe. Turin, triathlete. No, I've never done like triathlons or whatever those are called. But I did football, I did track and field, and I played soccer as well. Those are my main sports. And then I do jiu-jitsu on the side. Yeah. Indeed. Indeed, my friend. Garland says he'll turn 41 in 6 days. Happy early birthday, man. How much did you bench, bro? Quite a bit, actually, yeah. Quite a bit. I was able to get my bench up pretty solid. Yeah. 225 reps, bro. Said by every gym out, bro. Yeah, you know, bench actually probably was partially responsible for screwing up my wrists and shoulders. I feel like bench press is just a bad exercise for you. It's just like so damaging to your like it's so much weight and strain on your wrist and shoulder joints and stuff. If they introduce squats back into 40k, probably not. I would just play Fantasy Dwarves. Yeah. Daniel Hammer. Sorry, yeah. That was a running gag for a while. If I wasn't human, I'd worship the Great Horned Rat. Skaven have it pretty rough, though. Like, the average Skaven is just, like, has such a horrible life. Like, obviously, if you're, like, a Grey Seer or, like, a Clan Eshin assassin or something, you might have a cool life. But most Skaven, like, 99% of them are just, like, Skaven slaves, you know? Yeah. Well, soccer, okay. So football, as most of you guys probably know it, yeah. I have some pictures of that. 240 dumbbells. 300s for regular presses? No. No. YouTube says, somebody in chat named YouTube says, I turned 18 months ago. Well, enjoy your adult life, man. You're going to be a boomer soon? I don't think so. I think you're good. Yeah, bench is like the ultimate bro exercise. Like back in the mid 2000s, late 90s, it's like, oh, how much can you bench, dude? That was like the benchmark. Like even though like bench press isn't even really that significant of an exercise in terms of performance, right? But yeah, bench was like the true like bro measurement. Yeah, the form is a problem for sure. Like people like arch their backs and like yeah, there's and don't call them yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was a long time ago. Owen Hughes, glad you enjoyed the content, man. Yes, and I received many concussions in playing American football. All right, guys, and here we are. Let's go ahead and get back to the match. I'll certainly get back to answering some questions in between games. For the forces of the Empire, Mini Boris, a.k.a. Red Legion. He's got swordsman, Sigmar Sons. So yeah, pretty much a swordsman front line. He does also have an Empire captain on foot, who does have only a silver or a bronze shield, actually, which is interesting. And here we do also have Volkmar the Grim in the back, backed up by Demogryph Knights with halberds. So, of course, you know, this is similar to what we saw before. We saw Wicked do this earlier against Genghis Khan, or Genghis Khan was the Empire in that game. But he used Volkmar with Demogryph Knights, and it was very, very powerful. And also he does have a great cannon, or a Hellblaster Volley Gun. Oh, this is going to be cool. Hellblaster Volley Guns are very, very awesome for sure. Certainly can bring down heavy cav. Short range, but on a map like this, I think it's a good choice. He's got Outriders and Demis. Yeah, that's pretty much a very, very similar to build to what we saw earlier in the stream. So that's quite neat for sure. So now for the forces here of Dactyr, who's currently the King of the Hill. He does have peasants, more men-at-arms, peasant archers to counter handgunners and outriders. And in the back, it's going to be questing knights into the sunset. But instead of Rapunzel, he does have Lewin. So now, we talked about this theory earlier, how Lewin would have been a game winner, right? So now we get to see that theory put into practice here, which I'm quite excited to see. And yeah, should be good. Yeah, Volkmar is not overpowered. He's very good, but a character like Lewin can beat the brakes off Volkmar. Like if Volkmar and Lewin dueled, it would just be like an absolute sad. It would just be so sad for Volkmar. He's a really good support character. Really, really powerful for sure, but yeah. We'll see how this goes.
Take up your positions.
We will see how this goes. Will be, it probably does. Alright, Spearmen with shields and swordsmen should have no problem trading with the Men-at-Arms. Men-at-Arms for their stat line, 27, 34, 26. Swordsmen, 34, 34, 28. So swordsmen do have a bit of an edge here. Granted, there are a couple chevrons, but I'm pretty sure swordsmen do win that fight. Their leadership is 62 as opposed to, I think, 50 on Men-at-Arms. So the Empire State Troopers are a little bit, probably more well-fed, I would imagine. So that does come into play here. And yes, life is good, my friend. Life is good. Okay, so Dactyr says, hide your lords, hide your casters, because I'm going to be sniping everybody out there. Good luck, have fun. Hide your lords, hide your casters. That's like, I feel like that should be the slogan for, oh, that would be so good. I think I'm going to make a t-shirt and like sell it. It'll be like, hide your lords, hide your casters, and it'll have like Manfred smiling on it or something, like riding a Terrorgeist or his zombie dragon. Vampire Count players love sniping characters, man. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Volkmar was taken out last game, but he was on his horse. He wasn't on his war altar. On his war altar, he's much harder to take down. He's got tons of armor. He's got missile and magic resist, and does also, of course, heal himself. Granted, he heals himself on the horse too, but the war altar is a much tankier unit. Has close to 5,000 HP, so yeah, the Hellblaster volley guns, you know, some of the poor peasants are the recipients of the first volley there, which is very punishing. The Hellblaster volley gun, though, should immediately be switched onto either archers and or cav units. You don't want to be... The Hellblaster is okay against single entities like Lewin and Cav, but generally speaking, you want to be killing either the archers, and you can see the volley damage is pretty good there. Yeah. Look at that brutal damage. Peasant Bowmen here in a little bit of a pickle as they're being Hellblastered into Age of Sigmar, in which they don't exist because, yeah, it always makes me sad that Bretonnia didn't make the transition there. But nonetheless, Peasant Bowmen getting hammered, -2. And now the Hellblaster volley gun will switch onto the next Peasant Archer, I would imagine. Certainly paying for itself so far, or doing very good. I mean, that's, you know, 300 gold worth of value. Now going to be going after the other Peasant Archers, and we'll see what kind of value it can get. Yeah, I'd like to make some like shirts and things like that. I've always been like a little bit nervous about it though, because I don't know how the copyright stuff works with Games Workshop. Like, can I put like Warhammer Fantasy characters on the shirt? Probably not. Yes, we do. There were links to Arrow Stream earlier, but hopefully there will be some more. But anyways, Hellblaster volley gun really doing good damage. You can see this Peasant Bowman is certainly in dire straits here. Yeah. 52 of 68, I suppose. And the silver bullets are being kind of forced back here. I think Volkmar the Grim. And again, I think Volkmar belongs up in the front line. Like, he could be terror routing off and like just punishing these men-at-arms in seconds. But instead, he's riding with his goon squad, which is oftentimes why when you see people like Soothsayer play this matchup, he uses a warrior priest to ride with the Demogryph Knights. Like, I would love to see a warrior priest with the Demis and Volkmar just winning the front line, right? And getting into the archer line and causing problems like that. So Demis do charge in, but the questing knights here of Dactyr are pulled back, so very good micro there. Red Legion definitely does not want to be leaving his Demis engaged there. Would be very, very inefficient. But the Hellblaster volley gun has racked up a fair amount of kills, looks to be 77 against Peasant Archer so far, and now we do have some buffs going down. So Earthblood is activated, and the questing knights of Bretonnia have piled in, but they get an awkward charge. Some of them getting mucked up by spears. Volkmar the Grim is also here, giving buffs to these Demogryph Knights. And I would imagine he does have regrowth in the back as well. He does. So the Hellblaster volley gun is actually going after King Lewin, which is a big mistake. It's better against multi-model units. You want to be shooting questing knights in these different pieces like that, but nonetheless, Empire is winning the frontline engagement, and the handgunners somehow are still online, which is certainly very, very nice. And the Demogryph Knights could pull back here. They definitely are a little bit in the wrong position. Fighting these spearmen here is not going to be a great situation for them. So here, Demogryph Knights should pull back. Oh, and they get a nice surround on Lewin, actually. That's a really, really good charge there. However, I mean, Lewin doesn't stand alone. There's a ton of questing knights here, and of course, plenty of support. And one of the Demogryph Knights is actually forced back, and Spearmen at Arms have collapsed in the back here and are now poking these Demogryph Knights, which is not what the Demis want to be dealing with. But I mean, if Lewin goes down here, I mean, that's going to be really bad. Nice positioning, too, by Mini Boris, Red Legion. He does have his Outriders up on the high ground, and the Outriders are just peppering into Lewin. And the longer this Hellblaster volley gun goes, the worse it's going to be. Volkmar the Grim, of course, questing knights can deal with him, but questing knights are starting to take some heavy damage. Some of them are getting forced back. Lewin does escape here. Regrowth is activated as well. It seems like the Bretonnian in both games are making the mistake of blobbing up against the Empire. Like, yeah, you can play the blob game with Sword of Corone, but it's going to be better for the Empire. Demogryph Knights certainly quite good in that sustained combat, as are questing knights, but I think you got to, like, you outnumber their cav, so I think you got to be doing more, like shutting down the Hellblaster gun, because one demi versus one questing knight, it's going to leave you with other cav open, right? So you should be able to outmaneuver them with your numbers. But now, the Hellblaster Volley Gun is still online. It's shooting at Lewin, and the Outriders are shooting at Lewin as well. Volkmar the Grim and the Empire Captain really just doing a number, and the Swordsmen are pushing into the Archer lines, which is quite punishing. Where is Lewin going to go, though, man? Those Outriders are really just kind of a ticking time bomb for him. But this is actually really big. A couple of questing knights back here should be able to get onto that Hellblaster and at least shut it down for a moment. There's only 19 of them. Getting on the silver bullets here is good, but yeah, he needs to shut down that Hellblaster Volley Gun. It is doing so much damage. I mean, 93 kills, many of which are against powerful units. King Lewin is also being peppered here by the Outriders. Yeah, man, Bretonnia having a hard time in this matchup today. Volkmar the Grim certainly buffing quite well. And the Demogryph Knights are getting Earthblood, but the Peasant Archer saturating in. Definitely doing some solid damage. And if Bretonnia can maybe shut down the back line and, you know, get down these artillery pieces and the handguns, that might actually give a bit of an opening. But Lewin is hardcore at his healing cap. He's shattered. Without Lewin, I don't think anything here can really kill Volkmar. I mean, yeah, maybe the companions could, but they're very low themselves. And Empire still has a fair amount of support, right? Red Legion has Spearmen. He's got all sorts of other troops here that can really do some serious work. So we will see how this unfolds, my friends. And now the Questing Knight's pushing in once again, but the Grim One is here, and he's not taking any jokes. He's not taking any of these Bretonians. Nonsense here. Banishment going down to the back. Banishment is going to be clipping both of those archers, which will be quite good. It might be enough to potentially break their leadership, or at least get them very low. They go down to 17 for a second, but then stabilize, because the Banishment kind of went the wrong way. Empire is forced into a blob fight. A little bit outnumbered by the Questing Knights, but with Volkmar here on the Terror route, the Men-at-Arms probably won't last terribly long. Questing Knights are immune to Psychology, which is quite nice, so they're not going to get pushed off. But the Demis are getting the Shield of Faith. They're Spearmen. There's also a heroic Empire Captain here. And though the Empire Captain isn't a world beater, I mean, still one attack from him can kill some Questing Knights, right? So that's very good indeed. So the Peasant Archers in the back are shooting in. I mean, honestly, if Lewin had just been more conservative, this could have been a much better game. Like, if you really look at the battle, I mean, Bretonnia's not in bad shape. The only thing that's bad for them is Volkmar. But yeah, not having Lewin here in the fourth quarter, he just got punished so hard by the Outriders and the Hellblaster Volley Gun the whole game. There needed to be something to shut that down, and Bretonnia is very capable of doing that. They have a lot of cav, right? But that is going to be Red Legion claiming victory. A very well-played game right there. We had a donation during the game from Ginger Donut. Thanks for the content. Informative videos. Good luck with your surgery. Thank you, man. And now you make me want to eat a donut. Thank you so much. So the King of the Hill, man, the heavy is the head that wears the crown. Because every single game today has been a different king, more or less. I think we haven't had anybody go past 2, which is good. It means it's even competition. But the Dark Lord approaches, Falcon. So now we have Jay Phoenix. Jay Phoenix is up. Alrighty, perfect. And all is well. Well played to Red Legion, man. He played a great game. Props to him. The Alpine Ridge for our next map. All right. Very cool. So Jay Phoenix will be joining here in a second. I played against Jay Phoenix a while back. He certainly likes to use his glorious Air Force there. Yeah, Volley Gun is actually good. I agree with Falcon. I mean, there's a reason why the Hellblaster Volley Gun Wagon is pretty good in some matchups. I mean, because the regular Volley Gun's good. You just have to worry about it being compromised, but it's very powerful. Not as good as Tic-Tac-Toe. Yeah, you know, he raises a very valid point. So, Alpine Ridge is set. Red Legion is going to be doing his 3 picks here. He'll pick his 3 factions, and then his opponent will ban one and pick, and then we can go from there. It looks like Jay Phoenix does want to play Dark Elves, though. Yeah. Yeah, Dactyr, you tried, for sure, but the Hellblaster Volley Gun went too long. The thing is, Dactyr, is he has... Okay, look at it this way. He has 2 Demogryph Knights, right? You have 3 Questing Knights and potentially another cav unit, like Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis. So you should be able to outmaneuver his 2 Demis and not give him good engagements while harrying his backline as well. Yeah. But it's a hard matchup, for sure. I mean, I feel like it's pretty even, but maybe slightly Empire favored. Yeah. You played well, though, Dactyr. Your games were solid today. That Wood Elf showcase you put on before was masterclass. Yeah. Bretonnia is definitely one of the weaker factions in the game, yes. They have some matchups in which they're quite strong, but generally speaking, Bretonnia is a weak faction. Colin in chat making a great point, saying Tic-Tac-Toe needs to be nerfed. I know. Him and his, like, one ability he has. Yeah. Any mullet updates? Dude, I still have the mullet. It's long and glorious, yeah. Dactyr says you always do it to him in training. Ah, fair play. Bretonnia can bring Allure the Wildcaster and summon Manticores. They don't recruit them, they summon them. So let's make sure these guys are doing their thing. So Legion, pick 3, go. Okie Keep this party started, man. Okay, so Mini Boris goes Golden Order, Hunts Marshals, Expedition, and Mindenheim. Well, okay. I guess that's fine. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, you obviously ban... I don't know who I would ban there. Probably Mindenheim. To get rid of, like, Boris, I guess? I don't know. Because now you just have to pick a faction that's good against Empire, right? So it takes away the advantage. But, you know, he really wants to play Empire today, so teach their own. We'll let it slide. I don't know. Normally it's like, because then he gets to play Empire no matter what, which is kind of a thing, but also his opponent is counterpicking him, so we'll just let it slide because it's funny. Who cares? For the mullet is long and full of terrors. Are you guys talking about Mike Tyson? Oh, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to see him make a comeback because he's kind of older, but I'd still love to see him get in the ring again. Whatever. Yeah. We'll see, guys. We will see what happens. He'll ban Hunts Marshals and pick Skaven. That's good, actually. Yeah, because Marcus is quite good against Skaven. So Skaven versus Empire. He actually has to play Suborder, though. He has to play one of his niche factions. We'll at least enforce that. So Golden Order or Mindenheim. So is he going to go Gelt or is he going to go Boris? That's the question here. His name is quite literally Mini Boris, though. So I would imagine he will play Boris Todbringer. I know, it's pretty crazy, huh, Misha? Pretty crazy indeed. Okay, so we got Mindenheim versus Skaven. So it's going to be Toddy bringing the Wolves of Ulrich to battle against the mighty Skaven hordes. This is a pretty good map for Skaven. That hill is nice. You can run mortars and hide them pretty effectively against Empire sniping. So it's going to be Skaven, yes, fighting against Mindenheim. I'm sure this has happened in lore quite a bit. We will see how this one unfolds. And again, guys, if you're there's going to be some downtime while they pick. So if you guys want, obviously now's a good time for questions. And also, if you want to check out Aerocrastic's stream, if one of the mods could drop a link, he's doing a King of the Hill in tandem with our stream today. And yeah, let's do it, man. What shampoo do I use for the mullet? Oh, I think I just use like the most bare bones shampoo. I think I use like Head and Shoulders or something. Just like, you know, the basic. Yeah, man, I love streaming. Streaming's my favorite part of YouTube. So yesterday I recorded 5 videos. I recorded the worst lords in Total War multiplayer. I recorded that. I recorded another campaign of Skarsnik and then 3 quick battles too. If you play Clan Eshin, can you get AP missiles even in multiplayer? No, it's only in campaign. Yeah. If Mini Boris does not run Boris, I'll be very disappointed. He could run like a Hunts Marshals General or something. You know, there's some weird things he could do. Oh, Arrow's playing in his own King of the Hill? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Why a mullet, by the way? So basically at Everchosen, not the most recent one, but the one before that, it was live and we had a fair amount of people watching. And I challenged Italian Spartacus. I said, I promise for the next Everchosen, I will grow a mullet if you grow your hair like Friar Tuck. I challenged him, and I grew my mullet. And I did it for that because I wanted to stay true to my word. I promised everyone I would grow one. And so for the next like 6 months, I grew a mullet. Chaotic Blizzard, far out their idea for Warhammer 3. They rework anti-large units. Spearmen. Okay, far out idea for Warhammer 3. They rework anti-large units like Spearmen. Losing anti-large, but giving them more melee defense and swordsmen. I don't know. I like the anti-large. I really think the ogres will have stuff that like helps mitigate the anti-large bonus. I'm sure they're like scheming. Yeah. Did you get into weights at an early age? I started weightlifting at 14, yeah. Because my high school football coach put us into stuff. Christopher, cool to hear that, man. So Colin Tully, Turin, have you ever heard of an FPS Kyle? Yeah, I've heard of FPS Russia. He talks about my content all the time on his podcast. Really? I mean, I think I played against him once, like on a quick battle. He really talks about it? That's cool. Now, does he still have a YouTube channel? I mean, what happened with all that? Yeah. That's really interesting, though. I didn't know that, Colin. That's interesting. That's cool. I'll have to take a look. Mr. Holst says, Turin, you should do a faction war where each player actually picks a certain sub-faction. So you're saying, like, they can only play sub-factions. Yeah, something to think about. You should invest into a better shampoo and treat my mullet like I want to be treated. Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah, Sparty did dress up like a goblin. He didn't want to do Fire Chuck. I understand that, though. Did that actually happen, Misha? Oh. He got out of prison and now he's talking about Warhammer all the time? Oh my. It's quite a run, huh? Jeez, Misha, that's intense. Well, quite some stuff going on there. What do you bring as Skaven versus Coast? Jezzails are really good. Yeah, I probably would bring like 2 Jezzails and a Poison Wind Mortar. And then like a bunch of just chaff and rat ogres and stuff. Jeez. He had illegal weapons? Oh man, okay, well. But hey man, you know, people can turn around. I don't know the details obviously, so I can't comment, but yeah. Who knows, man, who knows? So Mini Boris is here with Middenheim. Jay Phoenix is not going to be getting Phoenixes. When I played Jay Phoenix on one of my King of the Hill streams, he actually brought, what did he bring? Yeah, he literally brought like triple Phoenix against me. He was playing High Elves against my Coast. That was the one where I brought like some serious bloated corpse action. Yeah. All right. Oh, interesting, Colin. Yeah, I'll take a look into it, man. Yeah, I'll take a look. Do you think there will ever be a Warhammer 40k Total War? Yes, I think that'll happen sometime. Yeah. Because, like, look, Total War has been such a success story for Creative Assembly. Like, why? And they already have a good relationship with G-Dubs. Why would they not want to capitalize on that even further and go into 40k? Because, like, they probably could just use the same engine and tune it up, too. That's the thing, right? Just, like, smaller squad sizes and, like it'd be super easy. Right? Like, you already have, like, something like Aspiring Champs, right? That could be, like, a tactical squad. You just give them shooting abilities and some activated, like, grenade throws or something. Like, I really think Total War Warhammer 40k would be really, really smooth and easy to implement. I know people don't have it, but as far as, like, the campaign map goes, you could have, obviously, planet-based campaigns, or you could have galactic campaigns where, like, you travel between planets and things like that. And, like, I think it'd be super fun. My favorite faction is Empire right now, yeah. Hey, Colin, yeah, no worries, man. No worries. And now we go, my friends, into the next game. But I do think, I really am a firm believer we'll see a 40k Total War, which is just going to, like, the Total War community is just going to explode if that happens. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I really hope it happens. Yeah, but the thing is, Tank 608, yes, 40k is squad-based, okay, when you're playing the tabletop game, but if you read the 40k books, and like the Horus Heresy, they have massive battles, dude. Like massive, massive battles in the actual lore. And even if it is squad-based, okay, so let's say I'm playing a tabletop game, right? I'm playing Death Guard. I'm going to have sometimes, 60 to 80 Poxwalkers, right? So you could just like scale those up a little bit. Those 20 Poxwalkers could become like 40 or whatever, and bam, you have a squad. Like, it's no different than... These swordsmen could be 90 Poxwalkers right here, right? Like, it's very easy to scale and implement, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. We are having some fun here, guys. So now it's time for Mini Boris. Let's take a look at his army. I'll get back to answering questions after this is all over here. So it is going to be spearmen across the front line with some swordsmen. Obviously, against Skaven slaves, you don't need the best of troops. A mortar, it is going to be pistoliers, Empire Knights. So double Empire Knight, double pistolier. Pistoliers are quite good against ogres and hellpits, and Empire Knights, they do the job. So we got Boris Todbringer up on his mighty steed, and it is also going to be an Empire Captain and a Fire Wizard as well, with Burning Head and Fireball. Pretty standard kit against Skaven for sure. So now, guys, we are here for the Skaven army. The Challenger, Jay Phoenix, has got Skaven slaves and clan rats. He does have a Plague Claw Catapult and a Mortar, which on this map will be very, very strong. Hellpit Abomination, Wheels of Doom, Lord Skrulk on foot, Jezzails. And yeah, I like this army. I do. I think on this map it's actually quite good. The Mortar will be very, very solid against the State Troopers, and the Jezzails against a Heavy Cav in tandem with Ogres. Against Empire, though, you always want to bring like 3 or 4 Rat Ogres, because 1-to-1 Rat Ogres trade very efficiently with Empire Knights for the cost. So that's my one concern. He doesn't have that much mass in his army, aside from the Hell Pit and the Ogre. And I mean the Wheel, of course, but the Wheel isn't going to stop a group of Empire Knights from charging, right? So yeah, there's some teeth in this build. I think it has some glaring weaknesses, but I still think it can win the game if he plays well. We have an Assassin here as well. Yes. Professor Pone, how dare you, dude? The tower the best? You bite your tongue. I'm so excited for 9th edition 40k, man. Like I like a lot of the rule changes. I suppose it's more so that Death Guard just got all their Psychic Awakening, so they're actually like have some good tools now. Yeah, we'll see. Warp spiders all day. You guys getting into that 40k talk? That's good stuff, man. Yeah, I really do miss playing 40k because obviously in our country the pandemic is not slowing down, and yeah, it's going to be a while before we can get back to playing regular 40k. It's a bummer. Man, I really don't like playing on Tabletop Simulator, but I am getting desperate enough. Hey, we have a donation coming in from Lundgren. I'm sorry for missing this. For the new Hand of Turin. Thank you, man. For the new Hand of Turin, a Vecna reference. I'm not sure what that is, but thank you, man. That's a very generous one. Do appreciate that, brother. Yeah, the blast weapon rule is rough, but you know, actually there's a YouTube channel called Tabletop Titans who I love. Those guys are freaking great. And they put out a battle report of Orcs against Death Guard that was really, really fun. Tabletop Titans is like rapidly becoming one of my favorite bat rep channels. They're so good and knowledgeable, great quality, and it's all live stream too. Great interaction with people in chat. They answer your questions. Like, those guys are awesome, man. If you haven't seen Tabletop Titans, go check them out. They're getting up there. They have like 15,000 subs right now. They deserve way more than that. Kevin Robinson says, what pandemic? All right, guys, so the battle's underway. The Empire, of course, has to advance to get in range with that mortar. The Skaven need to do some scouting, though, obviously. Push up and get some eyes here on the hill so they can start dropping those mortars and various other assets here. And, yeah, we will see. So here comes the Plague Claw Catapults. Going to be going into the Empire Knights, it looks like. And missing. Catapults aren't terribly efficient at shooting at cav units. I mean, they can do damage. It's much like shooting a trebuchet. Occasionally you'll get there. But, yeah, we'll see. I think start to shoot at some of the swordsmen and different units here would be the way to go. Just wear down that Empire front line, which is vastly superior to the Skaven front line. But the Catapult's still going after the Empire Knights. I mean, it's picking off models, right? But, yeah, start shooting these Spearmen and Swordsmen, although I think most of them are still hidden, if you really look. Yeah. I think they're a little bit hidden right here. So he can't quite see them yet. That would be the value of having, like, some, you know, gutter runners or some, you know, harass units. Because he would have been able to get more shots off, whereas now he's going to get, like, substantially less firepower from his ranged units before the Empire does encroach on his battle lines. So the Wheels of Doom are back here. I'm not really sure where they're going. Running to the edge of the map, perhaps. No, coming back around. And now the Plague Claw Catapults are going after Swordsmen. The Poison Wind Mortar should be shooting as well. Definitely want to be shooting at just the infantry and start wearing those guys down. Honestly, though, shooting the mortars at cav units isn't bad. And this is a good play here by Jay Phoenix. So basically, Jay Phoenix is going to be using the Plague Monks and just going in to push in on the Swordsmen, which is good. If you can halt the advance of the Empire using summons, it's a very, very common tactic. We've seen people in faction wars win with that tactic. It's very good. So yeah, he summons the Plague Monks, he goes in, mortars raining fire, Plague Claw Catapult shooting as well. And you know, the Empire mortar is going to be okay, but honestly, it won't do that much against the Skaven. There's not too many good targets. And the Doom Wheel's going here as well. And, you know, I'm kind of a little bit concerned for the Empire army. They don't have too much, like, anti-armor aside from Boris. So Boris is really going to have to be chasing around this Wheels of Doom this entire time. So the Empire mortar is shooting back here. Rat Ogres are screening out over here. The Helped Abomination is lurking in the back with some Clan Rat Spears, looking to defend these battle lines. And the Jezzails are really doing a number here on the Empire Captain. Libra Mortis used as well, actually. Probably a good idea. Using it on Boris isn't as good because Boris does heal himself, so I do really like the usage of the Libra Mortis here onto the Empire Captain. I think that's a masterful play indeed. So yeah, the Mortar not really doing much from the Empire, and here the Wheels of Doom really getting focused down by the Pistoliers, who don't have the best AP, but volume of fire is a thing. So pulling back the Wheels of Doom and rotating to the other side of the battlefield I think would be much more efficient. But man, the Empire front line is really getting shreked pretty bad. You can see here the mortars and the catapults really doing heavy damage. And Lord Skrolk is basically just sitting here being a dirty rat, summoning all these different, chaff units to go in and kind of block up the Empire advance. Currently, balance of power is pretty even. Obviously, the Skaven have done some big damage, but again, they're using a lot of their resources to do that. The Empire Captain is back, but man, he took a huge beating here. This Empire Captain's at like 15-20%. Yeah, Skaven seem to be in a pretty dominant position here. The Knights of the Blazing Sun charge into Ogres and Spears, which is not what they want to be doing, especially with the Wheels of Doom here. It does have good AP and it's laser, which can shoot them back. And yeah, I feel like Skaven are very comfy right now. The Empire is getting in with some Empire Knights, but Skrolk Daddy's pushing in, and also there's some mortar fire, which, of course, it's a Skaven thing. You know, Skaven don't mind bombarding their own clan rats and Skaven slaves to get that juicy damage in on those targets. And the Plague Claw Catapult is shooting at the mortar team, which I do think is a mistake. I think the mortar is something you just ignore. Shoot at some of the Empire State Troopers and the Empire Knights, I think, would be much more efficient. But so far, Skaven are in a pretty dominant position. Toddy hasn't been able to do too much. he honestly lands here and goes after some clan rat summons or something, or some regular clan rats, Toddy needs to just be hunting down that Doom Wheel and or going after the mortars or the Jezzails, because they're just doing so much damage. Granted, the Empire might be able to get through. Empire Knights of Mindenheim, some swordsmen getting into the back line, but they're going to be greeted by a Hell Pit Abomination. But is there any flank pressure coming from the Empire over here? It does not look like it. Currently, the Empire is very blobbed up here. This is a big mistake by Red Legion. Like, Red Legion needs to get these Knights and be, like, pressuring back here. Like, they shouldn't be fighting Skaven slaves and clan rats in the front line. Like, pull them up and around, chase off the rat ogres. Look how free this real estate is. If these Empire Knights were pulled up and around, you have the mortar, you have the cannon, you have the natty buboes, and these spears are moving over here. Like, you have so much free real estate here, it pains my soul. But again, it's very easy to make that mistake. The Empire is a very micro-intensive faction. There's a lot going on. So I completely understand that it's happening. It's very, very hard to manage. And here, the Empire might get a good pick. Pistolier shooting and the Wheels of Doom are going to be getting attacked by Toddy. Toddy certainly showing that cardio beats all forms of chaos, including Skaven. He does push in there and is able to break the Wheel of Doom, but not before the Hell Pit Abomination comes in and starts to cause some serious problems. So we will see what happens here, guys. We will see indeed. So the Wheels of Doom pulling back here. Now the Knights of the Blazing Sun chasing that off. Certainly a nice kind of a re-entry into the game here, but Skrulk Daddy's pretty healthy. The Hell Pit's healthy, and there's still a very full health Skaven Assassin. But man, there was so much buttered up stuff here in the back line. Yeah, but the Doom Wheel's gone. That's nice. Toddy pushing in. There's not a lot of mass for the Skaven. I mean, they have a couple Ogres left, but Toddy with some spear support should be able to shut those guys down. Now the Plagueclaw Catapult is finally offline. What magic does the Empire have? Okay, Burning Head and Fireball. Fireball could be quite good against the Assassin and or Skrulk or the Hell Pit. There's a lot of choices there. Although I'm kind of a little bit concerned about what the Empire actually has to kill this Hell Pit. I mean, a couple Pistoliers, all of whom are at like half ammo. So I don't see that being super efficient. Toddy back here. Looks like a Burning Head is going to be going down the line against Poison Wind Mortars. It actually won't do as much damage as you think. It does damage per model. So if you're shooting a low model count unit like Mortars, who also have 70 armor, it's not going to do anything. So that was a big mistake there with the Burning Head, I think. Using it on Clan Rats here would have been much better, and or the crew of the Plagueclaw Catapults. So Toddy's pulling back here. Let's see what the players are saying. Good luck, have fun. Good sportsmanship all the way around. I dig it. And Toddy picking off characters could be a way for the Empire to get back in this game if he could somehow pick off Skrulk and or the Assassin. But now this Skaven Assassin is going to make very quick work of this Bright Wizard. Unless Toddy comes in to help. Yeah, looks like he's a little bit out of position. The Hell Pit's coming in. That Bright Wizard certainly getting crumped right there. Just absolutely brutal crumping. And I think this is going to be a Skaven victory. Well played, man. Jay Phoenix played a solid game. And now he's going to be the king, man. No kings are lasting here. But now we had Namru said he had the drop. So our next player is going to be Falcon. Yep. The Dark Lord cometh to face Jay Phoenix. We'll see what glorious memes he has. And I don't think Toddy can carry this. He tried his best, but the Skaven were able to get too much value out of their mortars and catapults the entire game. And yeah, you got to shut those down. Especially if you have like so many heavy cav and Pistoliers. Like the Pistoliers can be circling around and chasing them too. That's the thing. Like the Empire had the tools to win this, but the execution was a little bit off. Yeah. Yeah, I do wish Knights of War were a multiplayer ROR. That'd be really cool. Thematically speaking, they're so badass. Boris Todbringer and company able to rout off some of the Skaven pocket here. Some of the Jezzails might get taken out by Empire Knights. I do appreciate that he's still scrapping. But, I mean, even if the entire Skaven army kind of got buckled here, there's still an Assassin, Skrulk, and a Hell Pit that you have to deal with, which I think is just too much. Yeah, the Empire Knights finally get back here. Pushing these bad boys down. Noah and chat. I wonder who will win next game. Yes. So Boris Todbringer is here. And honestly, the Empire is making some good plays here in the fourth quarter. I think it's too little too late. You know, like there were so many openings into that Skaven backline. He only had one Rat Ogre, so there wasn't much to defend. Yes. The Reaper comes for Jay Phoenix in the form of Falcon. Summon the Dark Lord! Summon him! We will. We will indeed. So the Pistolier is still going strong, and guys, if my King of the Hill does end sooner than Aerocrastics, we'll make sure to head on over to Aerocrastics and see what's cracking. It's really not going to be hard to beat the current King of the Hill record, so Falcon literally only has to win 2 games, and he will be the champion for today's King of the Hill, so... yeah. That was a well-played game. Phoenix played well. But again, there was a lot of openings. I definitely think Phoenix, if you are playing with Skaven against Empire, you probably want to get at least 2 or 3 Rat Ogres, because had he been more aggressive in the back line with his Empire Knights, you could have had some trouble. But you played very well. Both players did. So, Red Legion at 1, and now we have Jay Phoenix. So Falcon, get off your throne of skulls and come play this game. Yes. Hey, Lundgren, Mr. Lundgren, thank you so much for your donation again, by the way, bud. And again, sorry I missed that. All right. So let's go here. Here he comes. Golden Eagle. I really like that. Yeah, that's good. Hide your lord, hide thy caster, for they shall be sniped tonight. That's really good, Golden Eagle, dude. I love that shirt, man. Hell yeah, dude. Oh man, that's cool. All right, so let's see if Falcon's in here. He should be, because Namaru did have to drop, so we can pull one player from the reserve list. Hey, Dactor, no worries, man. You played well. Nobody's won more than one game today. Jay Phoenix, hopefully you're ready for this the scrap that's coming your way. Kevin Robbins says, I can't wait until my bookie is sponsoring Turin's content. What is that? What is that, man? Oh, man, I'm excited for this one, guys. Let's see what memes are afoot. What's the most exciting thing coming in Warhammer 3? I have no idea, dude. I mean, honestly, I just want to see Chaos, like a huge rework, like all the Chaos Demons and stuff. That's super exciting. I mean, I don't know what the features are, though, so I can't really comment. So, J Phoenix, pick 3. So the thing is normally Falcon would have to win like 5 or 6 games to win, but he only needs to get 2 wins to win today's King of the Hill, so. Oh, you said F for Red Legion? Yeah. Oh, it's an online gambling website? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure those websites make quite a bit of money. All right, so Phoenix has Skaven, Dawi, and High Elves. I'm sure Falcon will meme here. I'm sure he'll meme. Milk for the cornflakes? Oh, look at that. Yeah, Corn Demons will be cool. I mean, all of it. I'm excited to see how they like do the models, like the Great Unclean ones, the Lords of... I mean, obviously we've seen the Tzeentch one, but I think they'll get a rework because Sartorial's a little bit outdated. Do I have any plans once I hit 100k subs? No plans, man. Just gonna keep that train going, man. Keep the good times flowing for all of you guys. I mean, I would do a big stream, but unfortunately I'll probably hit 100k subs while I'm recovering from my surgery, so yeah, I don't know. Falcon going with the Chevaliers. All right, so we're getting Raponce's sub-faction from Falcon. Of course, he's here to entertain. Let's go, Dark Lord. Raponce is pretty memey. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious how hard he'll go. Maybe he'll bring, like, a mass air force with, like, Pegasus Knights and things like that. Oh, my God, that could be so fun. So he's going Raponce's sub-faction against J Phoenix's Skaven here. So Oak, the next person on my list would be... So Aerocrastic took up through 21, so... it would be Babinate, Rockenstone, Happy Puppy would be next. But I don't think it's going to go... Falcon only has to win 2 games. Yeah, let's see. I mean, yeah. They have no unique units, so that's fine. So J Phoenix is going to go Eshin. Now, there's normally you have to declare sub-factions, but it doesn't matter if they don't have unique units, because playing Eshin only nerfs yourself, because it takes away your lord choices, so that's totally fine. Mr. Rozhansky, if you want to join tournaments, you just have to be in my Discord, man. And then when I announce them, you just sign up. That's it. King of the Hills are open to anyone. Obviously, a lot of people enter, and it's randomized. So we just get 10 random players to play in our King of the Hill, but anyone can play. Yeah. Penta Relic build or Riot. Otherwise, oh my god. Penta Relic? That'd be pretty wild. I mean, I don't know if Falcon will go that hard. 5 relics? Oak, you took a nap and missed the whole thing. No worries, man. Hopefully you had a nice little cat nap there in the afternoon. 20 Assassins build? Well, you can't. We're playing under banner rules, so you still have to... Foot Paladins? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Falcon will definitely bring something memey here. I don't think he's going to go super hard. 3 Blessed Trebuchets. Yeah. Yeah, Trubs are okay against Skaven. I mean, they're not great. Hopefully I said your name right, Mr. Verjonsky. Kevin Robinson says it'd be cool if you could do a giveaway event, one of LT's pieces. Yeah, perhaps good. You know, I thought about having another thumbnail competition on the channel. I haven't had one since like 2016. So what we would do is we would open, have a thumbnail contest where people make their like most ridiculous thumbnail that I could use. And then not only would I use those thumbnails, but we would take a vote on like the top 3 and we would have some like prizes for them or something. Yeah. Oh, God wrote. No worries, man. No worries. So Felcon is on Raponce's subfaction, and Jay Phoenix is Eshin, so it's very much a campaign battle because they pretty much go fisticuffs like instantly in the campaign. What I actually think Iroh Titans can be quite good. We've seen them do very well in matchups like against Beastmen and against like aggressive factions. They can be really hard to bring down, and you know they got some free spells too, and they cause terror. So, if somebody could drop a link to the Discord, Lexia will get you a link. We've dropped a couple on the stream, but we'll get you another one. No worries. So if one of the mods could drop a link to my multiplayer Discord, that'd be great. Come join the party. Play some battles. Have some fun. We got great people there. You just need to use the looking to practice section if you're looking to get some games in. Final Scarab. Dude, exactly, dude. But there's incentive. We would have like yeah, I don't know. A thumbnail contest could be fun. Oh. Alright, so let me get this. One sec, guys. Okay. There's a Discord link for you guys. Perfect. We're all set. All right, guys. So here, let's see what meme Felcon has. All right. So for Felcon's army, he's got a ton of peasant archers. He's got Raponce, he's got a Damsel of Life, and Henry Le Massif on horseback, so actually not opting to go for any of the big monsters, really. And aside from that, he's got Grail Knights. Oh, this is going to be cool, because somebody in chat was actually asking about Grail Knights earlier. And here we have Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis. So triple Grail Knight. Ooh, this is going to be awesome, man. And Men-at-Arms. Have an art competition. Did you see my contribution on your Discord turn? It's, I'll take a look. Yeah, I'll take a look. Skaven versus Bretonnia. I actually think Bretonnia has an okay matchup here. Like, Bretonnia can win this. I've been able to play Bretonnia against really, really good Skaven players in one game, so. All right, so for the Skaven, we got Gutter Runners into the Sunset, 4 of those. We got Skaven Slaves, double Doom Wheel. We have a Plague Priest, an Eshin Sorcerer, and it is going to be Deathmaster with a double Eshin Triad as well. A very thematic build from both players. So the Grail Knights versus the Triads and the Doom Wheels. Oh, this is going to be great, man. It's going to be great. I'm quite excited for this. I'm quite excited for this indeed. So any predictions, guys? Are you here for the Knights of Bretonnia? Shall they be your shield with their Grail Knights? Or are you here for the Skaven, the treacherous, duplicitous Clan Eshin? Although I'm a little bit concerned for the Eshin build because I feel like the things that are really good against Bretonnian Knights, like Hell Pits, Ogres, like Warp Lightning Cannons, none of those are here. And like Grail Knights, even though Eshin Triads are anti-large, if they're not braced, those bad boys are just going to get run over so badly. And with Falcon's Micro, it's certainly very possible. Yes. It's time. Sounds good, Kevin Robinson. Sounds good. Maybe it's just like an art contest. Yeah. I'll talk to Lady Turn about it. We'll scheme. Some good water right there. Delicious stuff, guys. Stay hydrated. These hot summer days. Good luck, have fun being dropped by both players. The Knights of Bretonnia, are they coming in the erect lance formation? Well, the defenders are. Looks like the Grail Knights are not going to be in lance formation. This is a pretty epic shot, too, if you look. Check it out. It's like the Raponce, the Damsel, and Henri Le Massif leading the glorious Bretonnian charge. There's nothing quite like cab charges. Like, they're just so epic, you know? Like the battle at Pelennor Fields and Lord of the Rings. The Rohirrim charge, dude. I like just said that word and I got goosebumps. Like that scene immediately was like the goosebumps. I'm like, yes. Yeah. When I get to 100K, I should start a new channel with blackjack and hookers. Oh my god. All right, guys. The Bretonnians are going to be charging in. I'm really curious to see what Felcon does with his heavy cav here. It looks like some of the defenders are coming over here. I don't know if he's aware of the Night Runners and Gutter Runners yet, but the Bretonnian cav, yeah, they're visible. Okay, so Bretonnia knows. The jig is up. And now the Grail Knight's going to be preparing as well. Is Falcon going to be committing here? It looks like he is. So some of these Night Runners are going to get squashed. And Jay Phoenix does summon some Eshin Triads to block the charge, but Falcon pulls back instantly and pretty much gets all this free damage. And now the Peasant Archers, oh god, the Peasant Archers are doing so much damage. And the Grail Knights, are they going to charge into the Spears? The Spears are braced. It certainly would be a little bit dicey, but we'll see if he does. And he does opt to charge into them. I mean, the Grail Knights lose their charge bonus there, so they're pretty much not going to be doing too much damage. That's actually good for Jay Phoenix. And here we have some Plague Monks being sent into the front line, but Rapunce and Henri La Massif are engaging against those guys. And Deathmaster does use his Sigil against Henri, but I think that's a big mistake. It really didn't do anything. And now some of the Grail Knights do collapse down the side and are able to get those Clan Rats who are now unbraced. So Falcon just trying to pull them out of brace, but Rattling Gunners are shooting in from Jay Phoenix. He's getting some big damage here. The Skaven certainly fighting back. That is a lot of stopping power on this very expensive elite cav. So now we have a fight here in the middle. We have Rapunce fighting Deathmaster, but she has her crew. So Rapunce and her Unicorn Goon Squad going after the Deathmaster. So you better watch out. Rapunce is a very, very scary duelist. Peasant Archer still shooting in, but honestly the Grail Knights have been kind of temporarily shut down. But I think now if Falcon does get around the back here, he's able to pull his cav like up and around here and get into the gun line, maybe so. We will see. Some of the Grail Knights are stuck in combat, but Peasant Archers are now going to start shooting. The double Doom Wheels are actually an issue too. If you look here, the Doom Wheels are doing a great job. They're really riding in and causing a lot of problems here. Jay Phoenix certainly playing a very, very good game here. But the Grail Knights are now in the back line. One group has gotten onto the Gutter Runners, and the Teethbreakers have also been taken out by some of that heavy focus fire. There are some Ixcha's Triads here who can peel some of the Grail Knights in combat. They are, of course, anti-large, but now these Grail Knights are going to be swerving into the back line and getting in there, and it looks like the Teethbreakers are shut down for now. So now back here, the Doom Wheels are running rampant, but one of the Grail Knights has gotten a good surround on the Doom Wheel, and they are anti-large. Not the best AP, but still they hit like trucks. So should be able to pin down and kill this Doom Wheel, which is going to be very, very important. The other Doom Wheel, though, in the meantime, is causing a lot of problems. The Bretonnian Archers are kind of in mass exodus here, and many of the Grail Knights and Elite Cav units are kind of in awkward engagements, except this one back here, of course, who was able to shut down the Teethbreakers. I think the Grail Knights now, where are they going to go? Maybe just pull back here and go chase down some of the Gutter Runners and different assets here. Balance power is pretty even at this point. One Doom Wheel is kind of shut down for now. Grail Knights and Rapunce and Henri La Massif, of course, he's an anti-large AP character himself, is a pretty good answer against the Doom Wheels, and it looks like they are able to shut those bad boys down. So one Doom Wheel is destroyed, and with that, it looks like the balance of power does pull into the favor of the Noble Knights of Bretonnia. So here the Skaven are pushing forward, though. Men-at-Arms and other troops are a little bit kind of beaten up here. The other Grail Knights, I think, circling around the back, trying to find an engagement, while the Gutter Runners just trundling about, going after the Peasant Archers whether they can. But I think if Falcon is able to kill both Doom Wheels and isolate them here, that's pretty much going to be game over. I don't know what happened to Deathmaster also. See in here, here's the Plague Priest, here's the Eshin Caster here, the Grail Knight Blob just melting these Doom Wheels, man. Brutal stuff. Yeah, the Grail Knight's doing a lot of damage. And Grail Knights are kind of like Blood Knights in the sense that they're good against large, but they're also quite good against infantry because their charge bonus is so heavy. It looks like Deathmaster actually got gooned pretty good earlier. Here he is now with 371 HP. But if we take a big look at the battlefield, Peasant Archers are kind of mucked up here, but I think without the Doom Wheels, I don't think the Skaven will have enough. And also I do think that Rapunce being healthy with Henri La Massif. Oh, the Iron Lady is coming for the rat! Here she comes, going in for the kill. She's got her greatsword and the Deathmaster's on the run. Oh, he gets knocked down by the horse. And yeah, Rapunce should be able to finish off Deathmaster. She's circling back around with her greatsword. And yeah, Deathmaster is trying to juke the best he can, but eventually the Iron Lady will have her do. Oh, she cleaves him! She takes out the Deathmaster with the Sword of Lioness. Brutal stuff right there. And that is going to be game. The Grail Knights and the Soldiers of Bretonnia will claim victory over Clan Eshin. I have to say though, Jay Phoenix, you played a great game, man. You're playing one of the best out there, and that was a great scrap, dude. So well played to you. But Falcon will claim victory, and now he's the king of the hill. So Falcon just needs to win one more game, and he will be our king of the hill. So let's go ahead and update this. This has been one of the fastest king of the hills we've had. Very fluid. Nobody's won more than one though, which is always a good thing. It makes for like even gameplay here. Okay. GG. So Falcon, if you win one more, you win. So next up, so Namru did have to leave. So let me go to the King of the Hill list. And next up it would be, I don't know if he's still here. Let me check. So we had a player drop, so I have to see if they're still here. All right. So I'm pretty sure... Let's see who we can grab. Let's see what schemes we can unfurl here. So we're just going to be recruiting a player from the list. If he is not here, if he doesn't respond in a minute, we'll have the Rock and Stone. Falcon did not win the last ever chosen. No, that was won by Aerocrastic. Okay, I think a lot of the people may have left. I could just play Falcon. Lizardmen never win though. Yeah, well, I definitely want to get the players a chance to play. So we'll see if Babinate is here. Poison. Oh wait, I missed Poison Ducky. He's still here. Yeah, Poison Ducky was number 10. Okay, I just got confused. I was counting wrong. So we got Poison Ducky Prez, who's coming in to play Falcon. Perfect. Perfect. Someone mentioned Royal Hippogriff Knights for Bretonnia, and I instantly thought of the Flying Purple Hippo from Age of Mythology. Oh my god, dude. Yeah. No, we actually had someone on the list I accidentally skipped. Yeah, Poison Ducky was up next. He's a great player too. Really good vampire player also. So maybe we're going to see some vampires. So let's go ahead and do Marbad's Tomb. We'll do Oakenhammer. It's a good map. Map set. So if Falcon wins this, he wins the King of the Hill. And yeah, that'll be that. Poison Ducky Prez is here. He was number 10 on our list. So we're all set, man. And I'm sure Aerocrastic is still going on his King of the Hill. Let me go ahead and check. All right, so Aero. Well, the players do their picks and bans here. Yeah, Aero looks to still be going, which is good. So if you guys are looking to see Aerocrastic's King of the Hill stream, here it is. And after the stream is over, we'll all go watch that together if you guys are still interested. You're confused because you're getting old. There's a link to Aero stream. He's currently in a game right now, so if you guys are looking to watch a game during the downtime. So Falcon says, you choose my sub-faction. Oh, issuing a bold challenge here to the Poison Ducky. Yes. Let's see where they're at in Arrow's stream. Yeah, Arrow's still playing in his own King of the Hill. Oh my god. Yeah, because Arrow was on the list too. He was like number 12 or 13 or something. So he's like playing in his own King of the Hill. It looks like right now he's using like a Strigoi build. Yeah, he's got like Cryptors and the Strigoi Ghoul King, and oh, that's awesome. A little bit laggy though, yeah. Check the man out. The man, the myth, the legend. Most recent ever chosen champion. 2-time ever chosen champion, actually. Yeah. So our players here are working out their picks and bans. Falcon with the old ones, I know. Well, Falcon's best factions are definitely Lizardmen and Elves, I would say. Like, he's good at all the Elf factions and then Lizardmen. Yeah, those are his scary boys. Poison Ducky going Mousillon. So, it looks like they may be working it out individually. Pick 3. And then Poison Ducky's going to be going with Mousillon, perhaps. I don't know. It looks like he's dwelling on it. Let's go ahead and check in. Hit him with the OP tic-tac-toe. He might, Colin. He might. Could very well happen. The winner here should play against Arrow. We'll see. We'll see. I think Arrow probably still has more people on his list to play, though, so I don't want to like interrupt other people's like chance to play. They may have just worked it out. It might be Raponce again. He might be going Bretonnia versus Mousillon, which is pretty fun, actually. It's like the campaign battle, almost. If he was playing Alberic subfaction, this would be like the classic turn 1 campaign battle. Go, Vamps, go! Okay. They're talking it out right now in Discord. I just wasn't sure because I didn't see any communication here. So I wasn't aware if they were chatting. We could see some Vamps. And again, guys, just want to take a moment to thank you all for joining today. Really does mean a lot to have you all here hanging with me. One of the highlights of my day is streaming with all of you guys. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, do drop a like. Let's see if we can pop it up over 500. We got 1,400 people watching, which is pretty badass. An old D&D module. Okay, Lundgren. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I didn't know what you were referring to when you donated. I don't know if he's playing Bretonnia. They're still working it out. But I'm pretty sure Poison Ducky's going to play Mousillon. So Karen Wraiths are just kind of like Steve Wilson. Karen Wraiths are more of a support unit. Like, you would want to bring one just for like terror. Like, having them as a main battle line unit, their stopping power, their damage output is very poor. Yeah, and like magic just wrecks them. Like, they can be crumbled very easily. They have terrible leadership. So I really don't like Karen Wraiths that much. Banshees, Sirens are much better because they have a nice debuff and just seem to be more durable. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Wow. It's going to be Rapunce versus the Red Duke. It's the Red Duke versus Rapunce. This is a good one. And yes, if there's any mods here, if you guys could drop a link to the Discord again, there's some more folks asking. That would be greatly appreciated. Can you pick two of the same faction as your choices, like Norska Wintertooth? We let it slide sometimes. If it doesn't give you an advantage, I wouldn't let people pick High Elves and Avalorn, because it's like, it gives you more dynamic picks, and it's basically the same thing. Yeah, it depends. It depends. Oh, yeah, baby. The Red Duke. Hey. Canadian Mist. Glad to hear that, man. I saw that there was a guy I played against in tabletop once in 40K, and he had a Cadian army, in an Imperial Guard Cadian, but it was painted, he called it Canadia, and it was a Canadian themed Imperial Guard army with like the Canadian flag, and it was really, really cool, actually. Canadia, yeah. Anyways, Falcon coming in once again, going with double Grail Knight, triple Grail Knight, Rapunce, a Life Caster, a Chaff front line, a couple Peasant Archers, and Henri Le Massif on horseback. Yeah, okay. So for Mousillon, it's going to be zombies, it's going to be Crypt Ghoul, Spears, Blood Knight, and the Varix Reavers. Oh my god, it's just going to be a cav duel. Dire Pack, Fellbats, White King, double White King on horseback, actually, I would imagine, with Scab's Graith. And it is going to be the Red Duke on horseback as well. So a very noble duel between these mighty foes. So yeah, it's going to be Blood Knights versus Grail Knights, and Varix Reavers, of course. I'm excited for this one, guys. Quite excited indeed. Oh, let's get those shoulders stretched. Always and forever for the lady. And don't worry, guys. We'll drop a link to the Discord before the stream's over, so just hang tight. Wow. Okay. Blood Knights, Red Duke on horseback. It's a very honorable duel for the Vampire. He does have 510 weapon strength. That's actually pretty damn high. He doesn't have as good an AP value, though, so, you know, it might not trade the best against heavy armor, but it's not the exact same build. I think it's his front line's a little bit different. He has less Peasant Archers this time. He has 3 instead of like 4 or 5, which I think we saw. Yeah, triple Grail Knight, though. Yeah. Cryptors are actually a good unit, yes. They have high mass. They're good roadblocks. I think they're a good, decent armor-piercing option for the Vampire counts. It depends on the matchup. I actually really like using them, though. They're fun. Yeah, fair play. Fair play. So you guys think that the Vampire counts are going to have a problem against the Grail Knights? Well, Blood Knights are certainly very good. And they can be invocationed, which is very strong. On top of that, Poison Ducky's army, I like it. Actually, he's got Fellbats to shut down the Archers, Crypt Ghouls to win the front line, and Blood Knights. Like, I feel like the Vampires have many advantages in terms of, like, the front line and the main battle line engagement. But, of course, Bretonnia with the triple Grail Knight does outnumber the 2 Blood Knights in terms of quality. So, a little bit of back and forth here. Dire Pack and Varix Reavers, though, aren't slouches. Varix Reavers are very, very cool units. They actually do regenerate, so they're quite hard to take down. Yeah. And here we are, guys. The battle for the fate of the old world is underway, perhaps. Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis being led by the Iron Lady once again. She does have her banner. The banner gives 9 melee defense and 9 melee attack to nearby units while she's in combat, which is really, really quite strong, actually. So yeah, I think it's 3 Cav on 4, although there are 2 White Kings. White King's looking to get a Scab's Graith. You can see here that Poison Ducky's kind of scooting out here. He's like, he's tickling. He's checking. He's seeing what he can accomplish. And now comes the Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis charging into the zombies. Might as well get that free real estate while you can. And Poison Ducky's going to be responding by flowing over with his Blood Knights. Not too much damage. I mean, zombies cost like 100 gold, so that's literally like 15 gold of value. It's like not a big deal at all for the undead. A lot of people kind of over panic when their zombies start getting beaten down and try and like save them. It's like, who cares, man? They're 100 gold. Just let them go. But are we going to get the big charge here in the middle? This seems like a bad situation for the Blood Knights. Yeah, you want to pull back and like tar pit with the zombies. Yeah, this is smart. Falcon just going wherever he can. You can see Falcon methodically clicks after each target. And then the counter charge. That's actually good. So he's going to get a huge charge into the back of the Grail Knights here with his other Blood Knights. That was actually a really nice maneuvering there by Poison Ducky. Invocation going down, of course, going to be getting some fat heals. And now the fight is underway. The Red Duke going in for the caster. And he uses LC on the caster. So the caster is very, very squishy now. And the Varix Reaver is coming as well. But the thing is that the Bretonnians do have a ton of archer fire, which is going to be very, very nice here. But so far, it looks like some of the Grail Knights are losing out in this engagement. Going to be an Awakening of the Wood. White Kings are piling in. Both players committing very, very heavily to this blob fight here. And yeah, the Fellbats need to shut down those archers, which they are. In the back here, you can see Fellbats are pushing in. And yeah, this really just comes down to this cav fight here. So if we zoom in, we can see it's a very messy affair. You have Blood Knights fighting Grail Knights. We also have the White Kings in there fighting as well. On the Henri Le Massif getting some damage in. It's kind of like playing a game of chicken, right? Who's going to run first? I think the Undead will be pretty good in this blob fight, though, because of the zombie summons and different things like that. And here we have the double White King. Still grinding it out. Yeah, I know, it's a very messy fight. Skeleton Spears and zombies are moving in. Rapunzel is doing okay here, but I mean, Red Duke is going to be much more influential in this fight, especially if he can kill that Life Caster. You can see Red Duke has been trying to take out that Damsel of Life. In the back, the Fellbats have jumped onto the archers, but Falcon did disengage some Grail Knights. He pulled them back to go peel those guys, because his archers, of course, give him really good steady DPS. Not like crazy against Blood Knights, but yeah, certainly not bad. So Damsel of Life is shaken here. The Red Duke getting in there with his big old accursed sword and doing some good damage. Awakening of the Wood once again triggering Earth Bloom and also peeling a little bit, but the vampires have really good sustainability here. They have Skeleton Spears and Crypt Ghouls kind of chewing through these ranks. Ooh, this is nice. And Poison Ducky was able to get some Blood Knights out, and now he's going to be pulling up and around. Varix Reavers have been lost completely. And the Grail Knights are still chewing here. This is, I don't know, the balance power is pretty telling, though, that the Bretonnians are in a commanding position. I feel like it's a close game. Some Grail Knights panning out here to go after the Blood Knights. Blood Knights should countercharge him, but oh, he misses the charge. So his charge bonus not going to be as impactful. Those Blood Knights actually get the better charge there on those guys. And you can see Rapunzel and Henri Le Massif doing a great job here. Oh, that's why the balance of power went so bad. Red Duke just got whooped on by Rapunzel. The Iron Lady doing so much damage. I mean, she's got better AP. Red Duke needs to get some healing and if he wants any chance of getting back in this game. Some Skeleton Spearmen have gotten back here, and the Blood Knights got that suboptimal charge in the back, unfortunately, and do get really hammered there. Grail Knights, you know, do trade evenly with Blood Knights. The main issue is, of course, Invocation and healing, giving the Blood Knights an advantage. But Red Duke's going in there. He's actually going after Rapunzel. This is really, really ballsy. I guess he's just charging in for a moment, trying to get what damage he can. But the Duke losing that fight there, definitely one of the bigger issues. And now the Peasant Archers are shooting. Who would have thought the mighty Red Duke would be felled by a horde of unwashed Peasant Archers? Certainly not I. Certainly not I. The Red Duke, 408. And Rapunzel's actually getting a little bit beat up, you know. The double White King's doing some decent work there, but the cav engagements just favored the Bretonnians, it looks like. And the Undead are going to be chewing down here. And the Noble Knights of Bretonnia shall be your shield once again, as the Red Duke has been banished back to his fell keep in Mousillon. And the Grail Knights claim victory. Well played, man. It was a good game. It was a good game indeed. And there you have it, my friends. Falcon is going to be emerging as our King of the Hill with 2 victories this day. So let me go ahead and update the score, which I haven't had to do since the beginning. And that is going to be that. Congrats, Falcon. Let us go watch Arrow now. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Yeah, the Red Duke getting punched in the face like that really was rough. And the Blood Knights pulling back was a good play, but then when they should have just directly charged those Grail Knights, they would have won that fight. Not the whole battle, but yeah. So Falcon is our grand victor with a mighty 2 wins. Just goes to show that all the games today were quite scrappy and back and forth. So now, let me go ahead and pull this up here. Get you guys some links to the Discord. So that is for the Discord if you guys are looking to play. And now, I know YouTube doesn't have like a rating feature, which definitely sucks. Yeah, I wish you could like go. So guys, if you're interested, I'm going to be there hanging out. So head on over to Aerocrastic stream. I just dropped a couple links. He's streaming the King of the Hill as well with many of the same people from our community. So guys, let's go support Aero. Hang out. Congratulations to Falcon for winning today. I'm actually glad it ended a little bit early quickly because my hands are a little bit kind of tender today. So I'm going to take it easy and go work on some other content. So So guys, thank you so much for joining. It is over. We went through 10 players. Normally to go through 10 players, it takes us like 4 hours. I don't know why it was so fast today, but it just was. It seems people were picking their armies very, very, very quickly today. And the games are also quite fast. So yeah, it was quite a bit of fun. Thank you guys all for joining. Thank you to the mods for hanging out. And also, we had some very generous donations today. Let's go through that. From Mr. Lundgreen, from Chaotic Blizzard, from Will B, Ginger Donut, King Agizal. Is Sigmar lost Primarch? I did miss that donation, King. I'm sorry. No, he's not. Tomas, Night Crow, Joseph B, Adam V, Fred Muser, Night Crow again, Protoman, Pickle Buddha, Al, Dim Az, and Paulius Galcanus. Looks like that is it for there. And then also we had some new channel sponsors. So if we go to this, we have channel sponsors coming in from Draculian, Ben Stanley, and Colin Tully. Thank you guys so much. So head on over to Aerocrastic. Let's go jump over there, man. Let's have a party and support the multiplayer community. Just get that lifeblood going, and we'll be good. And we did get some sweet Bretonnia games too. Thank you guys all for playing. It was an absolute blast. So I'm gonna go kind of just lay there, eat some pretzels, and watch Aerocrastic stream for a while. Anyways, my friends, thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you back with a stream either probably on Wednesday. I think Wednesday is going to be the next stream. Maybe Tuesday afternoon I might do one as well. So I'm going to try and get as much in before I can't. So thank you guys. You guys are aces. We'll see you guys next time. And congrats to Felcon for winning with his double Reponse smash down there at the end, which was great. All right, guys, that's it. Cheers.